Let's go.
Maya, don't say shit right at the beginning. You're gonna get us demonetized.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I hear rumors that these guys are apparently really bad for striking anybody who talks about them ever.
Oh yeah, so we're like, we'll do it before you do it, buddy. You ain't getting nothing.
And we're gonna make sure the video's demonetized so that way if they strike us, they don't get anything for it. Is that the plan?
Yes. It's a good plan, isn't it? It's like
that is actually a little bit big brained. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of impressed.
I would, yeah, so, as we are talking about stupid YouTubers today, so, I'll talk about someone who's entirely on the different side of what we do. A YouTuber called Illuminati, and they are known for making documentaries, and currently they have more than 1 million subscribers. And it turned out, so they started some drama with Legal Eagle, where one of their editors were like, hey, asked her editors, they were like, oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then she apologized, and around that time, I think so, there's a creator called The Click. He came out with this story because, you know, that's happened with Creepshow Art also, isn't it? People started coming out with stories about her being manipulative. So The Click came out, he said, listen, I don't want to deal with her. I had issues with her, but all the best to her, but please stop coming to me asking about this shit. And she went on to insinuate that he didn't, that his server was full of pee and P files, and yeah, and he did nothing about it, or he acted too late, according to her. That's relative, I guess. But it turned out the guy was sleeping, and that guy, the
Hello.
P file was.
Welcome back to Don't Fekk Friday.
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 Don't Fekk Friday. It's going to be fun.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Don't Fekk Friday. We are here. We are gonna jump right into this because, like, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But I feel like we're probably gonna end up cutting it off halfway because it's gonna get to just too much. It's just gonna be like, no, well, no, get me up. I hope everybody has a fun weekend planned. Manya?
Yeah, sorta, kinda, as usual. It's Saturday for me, so I'm just like, I'm happy, half happy because of that already. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah, like, I asked Shesh, like, in Discord, like, do you want to get tortured with me again? Let's go. And she was like, you!
That she does this to me every week. Every week. She's like, hey, look at this awful thing. Let's talk about it. And it's like, oh, great. Oh, okay.
Well, it's fun watching your reaction. She was like, really? You don't love
Thanks.
me?
No, Manya hates me. I'm convinced. But you have some stuff you wanted to talk about. By the way, everything is backwards because I hear these guys have a really bad habit of striking everybody, so I made it backwards.
Oh, that's so clever. Girl.
Listen, they want to play dirty. I'm gonna play dirty back. But a couple of things before we get into this. I have the writer's strike. So the writer's strike is going on, and I wanted to show you guys this video because I'm kind of committing to any stream that I do is going to start with talking about the writer's strike just because I think it's very important. I think it's important to me. I think it should be important to you guys. So here's Adam Conover talking about it with Hassan, because Hassan, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch in a very long time, has been live streaming from the picket line. So the other day I was asking what streamers may or may not do. What I'm doing as a Canadian who's so far outside of being able to really do a whole lot other than kind of bring it to you guys is I just applaud this kind of shit. So I'm gonna play it for you guys so we can get a quick idea. This is in which I explain what a neutral gate is. Is a union busting tactic companies use to try to dispute picket lines. Disrupt picket lines.
Okay, so see this sign here? This is a neutral gate. So under labor law, it's a bad labor decision. We picket to stop Teamster trucks from entering or leaving. This is a neutral gate, which under labor law is reserved for exclusive use of employees, visitors, vendors, contractors of any company other than CBS, Netflix, or Netflix affiliate products. basically means like delivery trucks and stuff like that can go in or out. But it's also a tactic that the companies use to like fuck up a picket line, because they'll declare an entrance that they don't want picketed, a neutral gate, or they'll say that all their gates are neutral gates. So your union needs to have a lawyer, a labor lawyer, to fight back against that. It's just like a union busting, picket line busting tactic that you guys might find interesting. Okay, so see this sign here?
Yeah, so there you go. What, like, one of the more subtle ways that companies will try to union bust. So if you see this kind of shit going on, you know exactly what you're talking about or what you're coming across, and you can go and deal with that as you see fit by getting a lawyer.
Yeah, I think so that not this, but a more aggressive thing happened around when Starbucks employees started unionizing themselves, if I'm not wrong. A lot of employees got fired.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Starbucks, I don't know, CEO or whoever he was, he had the audacity to come up forward and say, "Oh, these unions you don't need these unions. We are already looking after you." And I was just like, they wouldn't need to unionize if you were looking after them, you dipshit. So
yeah, pretty much. This is just one of the more subtle tactics that are used. There's definitely far more aggressive ones. It's just good to know all of them when you can. The other one is a little bit more amusing because I think this is probably going to come up. So again, I'm going to read it out loud for you guys because I do that anyway, but now it's backwards. So this is like a Tinder profile. I hope this is fake, personally. I don't think this is real, but it kind of makes the point anyways. I'm Jake, a 40-year-old man is looking for a partner to start a family with. But I'm a bit nervous with girls, but I'm really nice when I'm not violent or moody.
What? Steven Crowder? Is that Steven Crowder?
I have anxiety and go to creepy websites, but I'm working on getting better. I'm looking for a girl of breeding age. The only way this would have been better is if they wrote female instead of girl.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who is interested in starting a white family.
What? No.
It's okay, Manya's about to lose it. I'm a good provider.
Oh god, no! Oh god, why? Just that phrase is going to haunt me forever. Like,
yeah, it is.
I'm going to be in my casket, like landed dead, and somebody will say I'm a provider, and my corpse is gonna just spring up and say, "What did you say?"
I'm gonna be speaking the eulogy at Manya's funeral, saying Manya was a great provider, and she's gonna sit up and say, "Bitch, what?"
Don't you dare say that to me! Oh God, why? Just why? This place never leaves me alone.
Nope. And I'm willing to work hard to make my family happy. I'm looking for a girl who is kind, compassionate, and intelligent. She should be someone who is willing to work hard to make a family with me. If you think you might be the girl for me, please send me a message. I would love to get to know you better.
No. White family. Like, what the fuck?
Take a shot every time you see a red flag.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Everyone is either going to be high on coffee or caffeine or drunk with alcohol. Take your pick. Okay, for guys, you know what? Piece of advice for anyone like this person. Maybe ask a lady friend in your family to proofread it for you before you decide to post it. Ask your aunties or your sister, like, what do you think?
I have a better idea. Get out of the dating pool. If you're working on yourself, get out of the dating pool. If you're violent and you know you're violent and moody, get out of the dating pool until you've got that sorted. Until you know how to deal with it, get the fuck out of the dating pool.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, because your partner shouldn't have to deal with your issues. Like, yes, working together is a thing, but if you feel I don't know, I should applaud the honesty or not, but if you have to mention it in your profile, then there's something going on and you need to work on it. Just a simple piece of advice, my guy.
I've seen some of the some of the comments are interesting here. Helios had an interesting question. It says, I'm just gonna go through the thread just a little bit, just to give you context for the question. It's genuinely annoying to me that men are generally expected to be the ones that initiate everything, but this guy is definitely not doing himself any favors and should probably be seeking a therapist instead of a spouse at this time. And keeping in mind that I had said, why don't women instigate conversations on dating sites more often? Because that's like there's a straight up, when people bring up statistics about that, there is a statistical skew when you have profiles that look like this.
Oh boy. Yeah, so women are like, I'm not going to take that chance at all.
Yeah, why would I, right?
Yeah.
And so I said because I agree with Helios here. Bullshit expectations of men. That doesn't just include like them having to initiate anything, because that's a bullshit. That's a bullshit expectation. It's also bullshit to be concerned that every single man on a dating site is going to attack you, right? That's a bullshit concern. It's reasonable, but it's bullshit and it's unfair, right? But it's sadly pragmatic. It is one of those things that has to be, right? The expectation that the other side, I said bullshit expectations of men. It says me, but it's supposed to say men. Plus risk of danger for women equals a bad time for everybody, right? And then the expectation that either side should be the one to start the whole thing is bullshit. Yeah, anybody should be able to approach anybody as long as they're reasonable. It really shouldn't be that big of a deal. The problem is that expectation is wrong to start with. As far as women's safety, I'm not really sure how that plays into this expectation, unless you meant that about guys like this. The thing is it's a couple things, right? One is that women have this unfair bias against men being predators.
Oh, yeah.
But also men get away with being predators. And so it's like as much as like the statistics aren't necessarily in women's favor for being afraid all of the time, it's one of those better safe than sorries in a pragmatic sense and from an emotional state. And as somebody said down here, dude could have just said looking for a woman to start a stable family with. Yes, he could have. But what? But then you don't get all of these red flags.
Yeah.
So now the woman is walking into just somebody looking for a stable family, and they get this, which is dangerous.
A woman walking into a marriage with a person like Steven Crowder, and then we get this.
Right, exactly. So that is the danger to women, right? Is because not every man is going to be this quote unquote honest, because you're not gonna be successful. But you're not successful because you're being honest. That's not the reason you're not successful. The reason you're not successful is because you have some issues you need to work out. The honesty here isn't the problem, right?
No. Yeah. I think so. It's also like, I've never been on these dating profiles, so I wouldn't know how it feels like when someone approaches you and you're having a good conversation and you politely decline them, and suddenly it's a big explosion of swear words and shit. Well, my advice would be, if you face that issue once or twice, maybe stop replying to people for a while. And I think so after a while you start seeing when you read the bios and you see the picture, you start getting the bigger picture. You're like, okay, I don't trust you, mate.
There's also Helios also clarified their question to say, to be clear, what I mean, the men have to initiate conversations with women on dating sites doesn't make women any safer. Hell, even in real life, it doesn't. I'm not saying that men, like what Chesh posted, should feel entitled to have anyone speak to them. That man needs therapy badly. Yeah, I also didn't take it that way. There's something to be said. So there's websites. If I'm not mistaken, one of them is Bumble, where the women have to initiate the conversation.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so like if people who are bitching about they don't like that men have to do all the initiation, go to a different dating site that forces women to do it.
It's fascinating, like how many dating sites are there now, and each can cater to each type of like need that you have. So yeah, go out, explore some more websites, and yeah, and hopefully this works out for everyone. But yeah, this whole post full of red flags.
Yeah.
Run in the opposite direction, please. Just go,
I can
nope,
understand,
nope.
and like the thing is like stuff like, oh, he could have just said this instead. That to me is like you've missed the point, and that if that's your response, this is why men like this get away with this shit. No, he shouldn't lie. He should be better. Right? Yes. Like, he should go to therapy. He should not have these weird expectations of breedable women. Like, there's so many issues in here that to say that he should just write something different. No. No, he should not. He should just be better. Just be better.
Well, they are self-aware about their issues, so yeah, it's their responsibility to, like, make sure, that they don't become someone else's issues. Just saying.
Well, and speaking of, instead of going to women in your life and talking to them about what women like when you're struggling with women, let's go to men. Let's ask men what they think, because that's what we do here, not? Right?
Yeah,
so, fresh
you're right. Like,
basically.
No, don't ask Fresh and Fit. No. Someone else, please. Someone else, please.
I mean, you can get advice without all the extra baggage, but like, who do you think the demographic for Fresh and Fit actually is? Because they've got 1.35 million subscribers. So like, who the fuck are their videos for? Who's their demographic?
I think so. Their videos are for demographic with men who struggle with communicating with women, and they think that somehow it's the women's. They've certainly, and they don't like women for anything that they do outside their expectations. You know what I mean?
Okay,
the red pill community.
Yeah, so that is, we don't get along well with women. Let's ask men how to get along well with women.
Right? And let's just bring like young 18 years old who are or 20, 22 years old who are just girls on our show who are just figuring out the world, and ask them, complex questions around relationships and body counts. That's a big obsession with these two. And people like them, body counts for some reason. You're like, oh, I can't trust you if your body count is high. I'm like, what? Oh, you can cheat on me. I'm like, but what if it was one after another? She ended the relationship and then went into the other relationship. Then the expectation would be she will end it with you before she goes into another relationship. So what's the problem? The insecurity these guys project onto their audience, and that audience absorbing it and just applying it to their lives, is so sad. It's so sad. It's actually pathetic, if I might say.
I don't know. They're live after this if you guys want to go watch. They're talking about the truth behind 9/11.
Oh my fucking lord. Oh yeah. We need to ask them the truth behind 9/11. So this is what the red pill community is. They start as some, oh yeah, we are here to help people. They will say some really good kind of centrist or neutral stuff in the beginning, and then they slowly slide into the other direction, and before you know it, you are colored with a lot of extreme opinions, and sure. they I think so what they do is what's that they hone their audience, or they prep their audiences gradually to accept that.
It's called grooming.
Yeah, that's grooming. I didn't feel like about adults, but I guess it's a good representation of what they do. So it's like why these people are still
guys, do not worry, we're not going down conspiracy theory lane with them.
No,
don't worry, we're not doing that one, because they have like a handful of these kinds of videos. They brought on this guy called Ryan Dawson, who I guess is like a major conspiracy theorist. So I mean, I might look into them more. I just want to look at the description here. Mm-hmm. God, this description is worse than mine. Oh god, of course this guy is only on Rumble because he's probably long sissy. Oh, okay.
God, no.
Okay, anyway. Sorry, go on.
You can go and check out his channel and see and get some laughs if you want to, but
On
yeah.
Rumble? I don't go to Rumble.
Oh, he's
Anyway.
he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He's
No,
okay.
he's only
Yeah, nah.
allowed. He's basically only allowed on Rumble and Twitter, and that's a now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, that's a big old red flag.
Oh yeah. Um, yeah. Twitter's become more lenient with or more what do you say? Loose with their policies around these people. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's a private owned platform, so they can do whatever they want, I guess, as a private business.
No, there are restrictions and rules, and Twitter's in a lot of trouble. Like Elon Musk is in a lot of trouble.
Oh boy, yes. Oh boy, yes. Yeah.
But we have we're gonna stick with like their regular anti-woman shit.
Yeah.
For today, but like they've got like exposing Eckstein, and they got like, do you want kids and what are you doing to prepare? And I assume it's nothing but awful nonsense, and they really do like to just use women to shill their shit. I also do not know these men's names, and I refuse to learn them.
I know, but I don't know who's who.
So I have a question for the chat, and I'm gonna put this on. You guys are gonna see me make the poll. Which one
here we
is
go.
top? Which let's call it which is which. Tall guy. Top. Tall guy. Bottom. Add an option. Short guy. Top. Short guy, bottom. Those are your options. I only have 4. If I had another one, I'd say they were switches, but that's not a choice. That's not an option. Sorry.
I'm on. So you can choose 2 options, is it? Or just one?
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
Okay, so automatically the other one becomes the opposite kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I have made my choice.
I guess I should have just put, like, one or the other. Like, this one's the
Holy
top or
shit.
this one's the top. Both bottom? Yeah, that's fair. Alright, hold on, I fail. I didn't make this. Hold on, I'm ending the poll. Let me rewrite it. Hold on. Okay. Where they land, question mark. Both top, both bottom.
Yeah, that's a better question.
Ah! I fucked it up again. Hold on, I wasn't done. Hold on, I'll get it right eventually. Okay, hold on. Where do they land? Question mark. Both tops. Both bottoms. Add an option. Okay, tall guy, bottom. Short guy, top.
Oh yeah, that's
Short guy, bottom. Tall guy, top. There, okay.
Yeah, that's
I
better.
did it.
That's much better.
That is a much better
me.
poll.
Yeah,
Listen,
I made
it took me a
was
hot
quite
second,
obvious.
but we figured it out. We got there. Took me 3 tries. It's okay. You don't always succeed at everything the first try, everybody.
Oh yeah, who knew that? I guess gender is also like that, isn't it? You get 4 options.
You guys don't have to vote right away. We haven't even watched their videos yet.
Yeah.
All right, so
I don't
the reason...
know. I guess I am aware of them, so it was easy for me.
Oh,
to
that's
just go like,
fair.
yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not even allowed to vote. They
Oh, you're
literally
not?
have
Because
an episode. They have a day where they're live called Womanizer Wednesday. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Like it would be more funny if it wasn't what they were actually doing. You know what I mean?
What
Like if they were just tackling, like, okay, well, whatever. Anyway,
I'm thinking, I have an idea. Maybe when they do their Web Womanizer Wednesday, I pick up one point that they have made that's like stupid and just create a YouTube short on it and just say,
Sure.
really? And give it like a brief explanation around it. Maybe you're gonna start tackling these guys in that way because, God, their live streams are hella long and you can stay there for centuries and listen to them.
well, this one's like an hour, and this one's shorter than ours.
Really?
Yeah, this one about Candace Owens is
That's
under 2 hours long.
that's disappointing. Usually their
Most of
streams
them
are
are
long.
3. Yeah, most of them are 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I guess maybe they got, I don't know. Let me have a look. What's the like to dislike ratio on that video of theirs? You know, because there are some red pill community members also who went ahead and said that, nah, this is not good. You know what I mean?
Well, needless to say,
Mm.
these guys like I don't like their set. I
Yeah,
do get
it's
a
so
little bit of
dark
a
and
kick.
dingy.
I do get a little bit of a kick out of like this right here, which is they clearly ripped off Grand Theft Auto Vice City, like specifically Vice City
Oh God.
for rumble.com/fresh and fit.
Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so
I like
this
that they have all their
video's-
YouTube play buttons up there though. Like look at that. Good
I
job,
think that they're
YouTube.
overrated. I think so
Good
they're
job.
overrated.
Good job, YouTube.
Yeah. So luckily for us, this video has timestamps, so we will be spared.
Yeah, this
the-
reflection is real bad. This is all like
Yeah, like you can see what's going on behind the scenes, or are they doing it on purpose? I don't know. That's no good. Yeah, Shesh, our producer, giving you some tips, guys. Listen.
hot tips.
You can learn a lot. So yeah, this video of theirs has 14K likes and 2.6K dislikes. Usually if I go back and see their video before that, let's see their latest live, how much they had one day ago. Yeah, that had 13K likes and 300 dislikes. So that's a very telling ratio. Oh, here we go. Do we have the results?
No, I'm
The
I'm
drum
waiting
roll.
until we've actually seen some of their video first.
Okay, yeah, fair, yes. Why not give everyone an opportunity to, ponder their options, and
I'm gonna
decide.
make the cooking aluminum that you get, like the sheets. I'm gonna make a
Yes.
Google Play button out of that and with a Sharpie. Put it in my background.
You have given me such a great idea. Maybe I should also do that.
Yeah, sure. Make it out of cardboard
not
and
going to be-
like cooking
Yeah, it's
aluminum.
not going to be that difficult, isn't it? Just you need a square box with a fucking
You don't
arrow
even
in
need
it.
a square box. All you need is like if you have a cardboard box, just take one
Yeah.
of the ends off of it, like the short end of the rectangle box, and just put aluminum around it, and then just put like Sharpie a little play button on it.
Oh, this is going to be so awesome. I think so. I'll let you do it because that's your idea. Because if I also do it, it might be overdoing it, I guess. So yeah.
I mean, I want to get a picture of myself sitting like this, wearing a shirt of a picture of myself sitting like this, wearing a picture
Yeah,
of a shirt of, with it
how
also in the
obsessed are you?
background.
Like I get this branding, but how much do you want to use your face for brand? Like that becomes boring.
That
after
one
some
is
time.
just for okay. So there's like this old school joke. It's one of my favorite jokes ever, and it's somebody who's sitting at a desk who's like the boss, and he's got a picture of himself, usually sitting at that desk right behind him. It's fucking the best joke on the planet. It's one of my favorites, and like you see it in all kinds of movies where like Trunchbull in Matilda did it. Where she's got like a picture of
yeah.
herself on the mantle, like that kind of shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a joke. Like,
How-
it's not supposed to be serious.
They think they are the main guys in everybody else's story, or even in their guest story. So yeah, that kind of figures out why they're so obsessed with their own faces on. But it's weird. Okay, if you do it like once in a while, where you wear the T-shirt where your brand is there, where your face is there, that's fine. But how are they wearing their own faces, or are they wearing each other's faces, or both?
Then I don't know. I don't mind people wearing their own merch as long as their merch is like stylish and not too obnoxious. So like
Yeah.
some of the Critical Role t-shirts, like the cardigan for Caduceus, that's a great shirt. Like I'm with Vex, or I'm Vex, she's Vax, and it's like it's a running joke on the show. Like that's some funny shit. And so like it kind of
that's
depends
good.
on what it is. Some people are obviously way more obnoxious. Like oh, you want obnoxious? Jordan Peterson's Twitter suit.
Oh,
That's obnoxious and absurd
Yes.
and also
Very
hilarious, but
obnoxious.
you know he's doing
Yes.
it not ironically. He's doing it on purpose, and it's like, why?
Just why, dude? What? I'm telling you, that all meat diet fried his brains, and he's not stable, man. And somebody needs to sit down with him and tell him, dude, get help. Seriously, like no one's telling you that you're not intelligent, that you don't have, knowledge.
Oh, lots
or
of people
that
are
you-
telling him he's not intelligent.
Well, he used to be,
Yeah, he still then had lots of people. Like, there's a reason that he wasn't allowed to teach in Toronto anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
okay, I
guy
forgot
who
about
got
that.
him
Okay.
the job was like, whoops.
I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe he had to write an apology letter because he referenced it, and he was like, "I'm so sorry. I will never
All right,
reference
let's-
anyone in my life again."
Okay, so let's get back on topic. So the reason we're looking at this is because they decided to have an opinion about Candace and Steven Crowder. And if you remember when we were talking about it, we agreed with part of what Candace was saying,
Oh,
and
surprisingly.
Steven Crowder's an abusive piece of shit. So these guys have some opinions on that, and we're gonna, oh my god, rumble.com/freshandfit, rumble.com/freshandfit, freshandfit.locals.com, freshandfit podcast,
Holy shit.
freshandfit pod. It's everywhere. It's on their shirts. It's on the
So-
table. It's also hanging off the table. It's on the
Oh my
wall
fucking
twice,
lord.
side by side, and then on the opposite side. They have no personality, so they don't have anything to actually put anywhere else.
Oh my fucking lord! And I'm looking at the timestamps that they have provided. There's one that really gets my attention. Indians are stinky and cancelled.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the context, but why would you? Even
I
if it
think
was
it's-
a joke,
Yeah.
like even if it's a joke, why would you highlight such a thing?
It says
Like-
the truth about curry. So they like boring food. Call me not surprised.
They don't like curry? Seriously?
I would like to point out real quick before we move into this. I just got a notification on Twitter that that King Ninja Show guy on that video, that Vic Mignogna video, is still commenting, and he just commented after I said, "You're on my channel, leaving comments on my video. You don't get to tell other people whether or not they can be here or not," because he was trying to tell somebody else to leave. And he said,
like,
he keeps saying, like, stop harassing me. It's like, you're on my channel. Anyway,
why are you
he
coming
said,
back?
he said, for the millionth time, I'm not in your space.
You are, you asshole. So that's her comment section. And if you are saying that the comment section is a public domain, then you cannot whine about other people talking to you. So you can't have it both ways.
I left you alone, but
Decide.
yet you still keep on adding more problems for yourself by replying more comments to me. That's nobody's fault but your own. I also enjoy that this guy is absolutely liking his own tweets. That's also really, really or his own
Yeah, what's
messages.
with
That's super
that?
funny, but
Yeah.
sorry, I just
Yeah.
thought it was really funny.
It is funny. That guy is very entertaining. He's like, "Yeah, don't talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah." And you're like, dude, can you decide, please?
I mean, nobody's keeping him there but him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to see how long he keeps going for. Anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Yeah, your channel is pretty much the definition of your space. Yes. Correct.
Right?
Apparently not, though.
Welcome to my crib, bitch.
Apparently not,
Sorry.
though. Hey, David, good to see you. It's been a while.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Alright,
Nice,
so let's...
man. Where were you?
I jumped this video forward to the Candace Owens part, so
Yes,
let's
please.
see what they have to say.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
cool.
much.
Guys, do me a quick favor before we get into this thing. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's already 7,000 of you guys in here. So
Like
today's
and
topic, guys, we're going to
subscribe.
be covering the Steven
video
Crowder situation.
That came out.
So I guess we got to rewind real quick so that people kind of know what happened, right? So we'll go back a little bit. Wednesday we
God.
covered Steven Crowder's divorce. As you guys know, he made an announcement saying that his wife was divorcing him.
Leaving.
He didn't want to have the divorce happen. And then literally hours later, Candace Owens drops the video. And this is the video right here. We'll pull it up on screen for y'all.
And he
real
mentioned
quick.
as well that people knew about his divorce beforehand.
What was ads?
We got a
fucking
PlayStation
ads.
ad. I wasn't gonna
Oh,
download
God.
this whole video.
Yeah, that's fair.
Against him.
Yes.
So keep that in mind.
Yes. And I guess, we should probably go all the way, right? So people understand. Summarize. You want to summarize the Daily Wire, all this shit?
So guys,
All right, go ahead, Fresh. Take it away.
Steven Crowder is known for his commentary on YouTube and other platforms, but for the most part,
Putting it
Steven Crowder,
nicely.
he's very skilled at his job and what he does. Now, obviously,
And
One
what is it
competent
that
person recognizing other incompetent person? How apt is it?
and what is it you say exactly is Steven Crowder's job that he's so good at? Like what is it
Yeah,
you say he
which-
does
which-
here?
Is it good? Are you saying he's good at YouTube commentary? Because he's not.
Are you
He's
saying he's
not.
good at comedy? Because he's also not good at that. He made Ben Shapiro look funny.
Yeah, and reasonable. Right?
Yeah.
He made actually. When
Yeah.
you would be like Ben Shapiro. It was like the opposite, and I was just like, this guy is something.
Oh.
So yeah, already I already see the the brinjal sucking going on here. You know what I mean?
Well, why do I have the fucking subtitles on when you guys can't even read them anyway?
Oh yeah. I guess is intrigued here. They might need subtitles.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
backwards.
Oh yes. What's the point? Yes. I forgot this was backwards. This is so well done. I forgot it was backwards.
Generic minority makes a good point. The job is abusing women, which is the same job as them. So that's why
Ooh, burn. Burn.
game recognizes game.
Whew.
All right,
That's
so I
on
mean, there's no
fire.
accounting for taste. So I would probably I feel like I can make a pretty objective argument for why Steven Crowder is not good at commentary nor at comedy from like an objective point of view. But there's no accounting for taste. These guys just don't have any taste. Probably why they don't like curry.
Yeah.
So let's let them.
That
let's let
I
them-
take that personally. I think all Indians in the world would take that personally.
How dare they?
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I get it. You don't like too much spice. I get it. But we have curries that don't have spice in them at all. So if you saying you don't like curry is like, yeah, that's personal now. So watch
I would
out,
rather
bitch.
hang out in a room with Ben Shapiro than any of these people. I feel like I would at least be able to have a conversation with Ben Shapiro. You know what I mean? Like might not be a great conversation, but I feel like I could sit down at dinner and like not want to like throw my plate across the room as like aggressively as I do just being remotely hearing
Steven
anything
Crowder.
like Steven Crowder or these two guys have to say.
Yeah, I used to the reason
I would
they are
either
so
be
infuriating.
unreasonably angry and frustrated at the company,
Mhm.
or I would be bored out of my mind. Those are the only two options. At least with Ben Shapiro, I feel like I could have at least like a decent time.
Yeah. And these guys are so infuriating. I started watching them, like, I used to watch their lives and shit, but they're so full of shit, and my brain was going, like, getting dumb and dumber day by day. So I started looking at their shots, the video shots, the YouTube
Oh,
shots,
yeah.
because that's a lot easier to consume content. And from there, I found this, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, shesh, let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
Let's go.
YouTube wasn't his best friend all the time. They had some issues back and forth. He got canceled a couple
Demonetized a few
times,
times.
demonetized, came back. So
Sure.
other companies were like, you know what? He's an asset. Let's bring him onto our platform. One of them was Daily Wire. Daily Wire is a huge company as well. They do a lot of content.
This is wrong. This is incorrect. This is not why. It wasn't his stuff with YouTube that got Daily Wire to reach out with him. It was the ending of a different contract with another group. And
Yeah.
that they had been working in the same sphere for a long period of time. So this is not correct.
Do your research. He's the top, right? Yeah. Small guy top. Do your research. So far,
Well, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to see how they were gonna frame leading up to the Candace Owens stuff. That's why I went this far back. Yeah.
Content too.
Conservative,
Conservative.
same niche is same political, I guess, ideology as Steven Crowder, big on family, conservative belief system. Actually, I agree with a lot of the stuff they say.
Yeah.
I just don't agree
Of
with
course you
their
do.
adaptations to it. You know, I think being conservative in today's day and age, which we've had disagreements with Ben Shapiro about this, being a tradcon in 2023 in a modern day marketplace, dating marketplace, is just not
It's
conducive to
suicide.
success.
Pretty much.
But anyway, our personal
Why?
opinions aside, continue on.
Why?
Sorry.
Why do you think being conservative isn't good for today's dating? Why? Why do you think that? I feel like there's reasons for that are probably pretty good reasons.
Yeah, but it's like we are asking their reasons. We are not asking general reasons why. Because we have some people who are good conservatives, that they are conservatives, but they are not assholes, you know? So
Yeah.
why they perceive conservatives and that they won't be successful in dating environment, we would love to know. Please.
Yeah.
Come talk to us.
No,
So
no.
then
Daily Wire tried to sign him.
Please.
they were having talks about, signing for a deal, what could be done. And numbers were being thrown around the room for Steven. Now, he got a pretty good number, and they're going to seal the deal. However, when it came to applying this to Steven's, I want to say, company, things were being talked about how this would be done. Because, once again, Steven was going through a divorce. So, obviously, you don't want to have things in your name, like yada, yada, all the details I won't go into. But there were talks about him doing things a little bit more indirect. Now,
Literally
What?
none of this has been presented anywhere, so I don't know where any of that information is coming from. And
Did
of
you
course,
chat
there's no
with Steven Crowder?
There's no sources.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
There's no
press X to
sources
doubt.
for any of this. So
Citation
I
needed.
don't.
Do we have the citation needed?
Oh yeah, we got that. I got that meme.
Yes. Citation
Bonk.
needed. Dude. Bonk.
I just don't know where this is coming from. So, like,
Yeah.
I understand that there was obviously conversations going on in the background, but we have no idea about what those conversations were. All we know is that the Daily Wire gave Steven Crowder an offer of $50 million for 4 years worth of work, and Steven Crowder rejected it and then accused the Daily Wire of being shitty about their contracts and being shitty about their contracts
Yeah.
with other people, and that Steven Crowder was going to make all that public or something.
Yeah.
That's all we really know about it. So I don't know what background information this dude has, but he's also not presenting
Yeah, you
anything. He's just kind of saying it.
Yeah, he's just saying. I would say that this guy is known for getting shit wrong all the time.
Well, he's also going out of his way to say, "Well, I'm not going to go into details
yeah, I wonder why.
because you don't have
Yeah,
any
because
details."
you don't know shit. yeah.
Go figure.
Oh.
Babbitt for 20 said, "Good news, my review was outstanding." Oh, congratulations! His work review. Some minor issues, but overall, very good. Manager is impressed. When I saw the Fresh and Fit title, I thought it was a health channel, not an ego-tripping, low-esteem channel. LOL.
Let me tell you, it started like that, and then it slid into this in this area of red pill community because obviously
They
views
grifted
and-
is what the short
Yeah.
answer. There is more money
They
to be
grifted.
made off of sad
Yeah.
men who are incapable of communicating with women in a
Yeah.
reasonable fashion.
You know,
'Cause
what
apparently
really-
they all have lots of money, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, every one of them have lots of money. Yeah, but congratulations on your review. Awesome, that's good. That must be a weight off your shoulders, buddy. Because
no doubt.
I read reviews. Yeah,
now,
great.
holding that against him, Daily Wire knew the information that he was getting divorced before many other people. And who was
How?
the Daily Wire? Candace Owens.
Yeah.
So Candace and Stephen have a weird type of like setup because for them, they were going to be in the same company, but for whatever reason, Candace knew the information beforehand. And she made a couple of videos hinting jabs at it
Couple.
before this even happened. So Stephen
What?
came out.
What? They're trying to show that there's a beef between Candace Owens and Steven Crowder when it's like not that at all. The thing was, Daily Wire said to Steven Crowder, "Would you like to come and work with us?" Steven Crowder was like, "Yeah, okay, what you got for me?" And they were like, "This is the contract, $50 million." And Steven Crowder threw a fit. He is like, "Nah." He disagreed at first, and then he threw a public fit about it. And then Candace Owens are like, "Okay, I guess I know why this is happening because he's having a tough time in personal life." And then Steven Crowder was like, "Okay, I'm gonna spill the beans." These guys know nothing. Do your research for fuck's sake.
Do you think these guys know that they've been divorced for over a year?
I bet you they
Or
don't
at
know
least
that.
separated?
I'm telling you, especially this guy, the guy in front of us, whose name I refuse to take. He's known for getting
He
facts
looks
wrong,
very
and
angry.
he is. Yeah,
He's got like his eyebrows are like meh. Looks kind of mad.
or maybe, yeah. But he's also known to cook up stories about how he got like 3 girls in a night. At a party
cares?
thrown by a basketball player, and I'm just like,
Okay.
press extra.
So this video is from a week ago, by the way. So this was.
Okay.
So yeah. So and last week we were talking about this, right?
Yes.
So we already
Last
covered at the same time. Okay, so it's not like they were talking about this before we would have had that information. So it's not like that the information wasn't
Yes.
as easily accessible.
Yeah. And
All right.
yeah, so because when the video came out before that, all
Resting
that shit had
Vegeta
already-
face.
oh god.
I'm not saying that anybody should take this pause and like draw the Vegeta hair onto him and that Vegeta hairline and like like draw like the little squigglies or
Jesh.
anything.
Jesh, we need an emoji of this
No.
guy as Vegeta.
No fucking way in hell.
But it's funny, try and picture that emoji. It's funny.
Well, I have another question about the way this guy's presenting this bullshit information.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he lying on behalf of Steven Crowder?
Because he's sucking his brinjal.
Yeah, well, but is it because, like, Candace Owens is the woman in this situation, and Candace Owens in this scenario is the girl boss of the situation?
Yep.
I don't
that's
like
also a reason.
Candace Owens. I think that she's wrong on very, very many things. But in this situation of the Daily Wire and Steven Crowder's pregnant wife that got beaten, and the Fresh and Fit guys, Candace Owens is the girl boss. Everything's about perspective. Everything is relative.
And I guess most reasonable also. Like, if I'm not wrong. For some reason, all these guys, like these fucking guys, they make women like Candace. I'm not saying women but like Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro's.
They make them look
of
good.
The conservators. Yeah, look good. Like, dude, up your game.
If I had to choose between dating Ben Shapiro and dating one of these guys, I would pick Ben Shapiro.
Right? Yeah, I wouldn't pick either, but it's.
I'd just be like, I can change him. My Unfinished Journey for 5 says he thinks TradCon equals bigoted MAGA tea. It can also mean principled Reganite?
Reganite?
I don't
Dude,
know
you
that
gotta
word.
elaborate that. Send us a Discord message. It's like
Yeah. Let me know what you're talking about.
That
'cause
went
I'm
right out
confused.
of my head. I'm not used to the cultural references sometimes. I'm from India. That's my excuse. And Shesh is Canadian. That's her excuse.
Dating Ben means getting closer to Abby, so yeah. You know what? That's fair.
God.
That's fair. You make a point, and I see your point.
This is the live chat is so sassy today. Oh my
Look
goodness.
at their super chats.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a reason they are in that community. They have 1.37 million subscribers, so yeah.
Folks, you want to come in, peep your style, then try to copy the secret sauce like Plankton, trying to recreate a Krabby Patty.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sure it's related to something they
$100.
were talking for. I don't know. I'm sure it's related to something they were talking about beforehand, but I just thought that was a really funny comment. Bro, trying to sneak in, hide your kids, hide your wife. All right, keep going. I just want to know why these guys are lying for Steven Crowder.
Yeah.
Talks about his divorce, what's happening. some people were holding
Lies
this
about
against
his
him
divorce and what's
as
happening.
extortion. And you can guess who I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, he made
And-
that insinuation towards her.
And this
Pretty-
leads to this video being shown today of Candace kind of attacking him in a more direct light.
Attacking
So
him.
She wasn't happy about
She
those
was like-
allegations, and she made that very apparent that she wasn't happy about those
Yes.
allegations.
She's
And,
allowed
you know,
to do
at the
so.
Daily Wire and Crowder situation, bro, a lot.
Well, Steven's allowed to do it, but Candace isn't, because it's not like
Yeah,
Candace. It's not
he's a
like
woman.
Steven
Oh,
was
yeah.
before this alluding that he was going to put all some like legal bullshit.
He hasn't though, has he? No.
No, he hasn't. He just said he was going to, and he just never did.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, if this
He
does
said,
this,
yeah,
then
Tuesday.
this."
The Tuesday's gone to.
Oh no, that was
Saturday
different.
now.
That's the medical stuff.
Oh, but he hasn't
No, I'm-
released that either, has he?
No, he hasn't released that either.
So, and I can get that why, because
Because his lawyer was
lawyers-
probably just like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!"
must have been like texting, dude, calling, and Steven Crowder like ignoring the phone and putting it on like airplane mode so he can talk shit whatever he wants to.
A lot of drama, guys. We're talking about like recording phone calls, contracts leaks, all this crap, which I'm not going to go into crazy
mean the
detail about
stuff
that,
that
but just know
Crowder
that it's
did?
ugly between Crowder
Yeah.
and Daily Wire, which kind of sucks because, when you have this mindset, right, and there's not a lot of people that think like we do on this side of the
Yeah.
internet, we're fairly logically.
Oh,
right?
of course. Illogically.
Thank God, there's not a lot of
Yeah,
people
thank
who
God.
think logically like you do.
Except those 1.37 million subscribers. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Especially the guys who have their membership. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why is there? Okay, whatever.
Listen, this is the ad populum thing, because they think a lot of them are logical like they are, then their logic is correct.
The validation. Looking for validation. Oh, here I get the validation.
You gotta
so
take
take my money.
You gotta stroke that tiny ego. He promises it's a grower, not a shower. Don't worry about it.
Like I said before, we all have we agree on the same things. I think we have a different
So many of
mindset
the
as far
comments
as
in the
like how
corner
to
just
adapt to it.
Solutions
likes.
for
We
it.
have a different solution. We have a more modern approach to it that puts men in an advantageous situation, which people might not necessarily agree with because we're super pro masculinity here and guys defending from the current sexual marketplace. And Tradcon's believe
Sexual marketplace.
The fact that you
Where
just
are
call
you?
it a marketplace.
Yeah. Where are you living? Are you living in an area where they sell prostitutes and shit? Like,
They're
where
in
do you live?
Miami. They're in fucking Florida. They're Florida men.
Oh, Florida man.
I don't.
Yeah, it's like so everything
sexual
is a
marketplace-
transaction.
If porn and prostitution were legal, that would be the literal sexual marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Like,
maybe
everything-
OnlyFans. You could consider OnlyFans the sexual marketplace. They're talking about like the dating scene in like their
Yeah.
specific blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but it's like yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that everything is like
Porn is not
a
legal
transaction.
everywhere.
Yeah, everything, relationships, emotions, everything is a transaction. I will give you something, or I'll take something from you first, and then I will decide if I want to give you something back. It's so conditional and one-sided, and actually very, very
Well,
disgusting.
okay, so let's put it this way. I don't understand what this idea of hypermasculinity is. Because it just seems to be like being a shitty person. Like, it doesn't seem to be like traits that are what I would consider masculine. It just seems to be traits that I would consider being an asshole. So I feel like there's just a difference in definitions there.
Yeah, that can be relative, isn't it? But I think so what they've done is they have hidden being an asshole, a specific type of asshole behind hyper-masculinity. I'm not saying that it's wrong to be hyper-masculine. Like, just don't be a douchebag.
Well,
And
it
they
depends
have,
on
like-
what you're calling hypermasculine, right? So
Yeah,
what
course.
traits are you attributing to
Yes.
hypermasculinity? If the traits
you're right.
are just being a dick, then no, then being hypermasculine would be considered a bad thing. If you're talking about
Yes.
like, because testosterone's a hell of a drug, right?
yes.
Testosterone is like, it does some shit to your brain. And I think
Yes,
that's
it
something
does.
that needs to be acknowledged, and that's something that men will and will not struggle with throughout their lives, is through different points in their life, and that's fine, and that's all well and good, and that's worth acknowledging. But if you say that, like, hypermasculinity, give me an example of, like, a fictional character that's hypermasculine. Because I think the quintessential one that I think the majority of reasonable people, and people I would call logical, would pick Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, I remember him. Yes, I remember him.
So if that's your description of hypermasculine, then
Yeah, sure.
cool, great. I'm
send him
down
my
for
way.
that. More of that. Yeah, give me more of those things. Get more Aragorn, please. Yes. So
Please.
yeah. Oh yes, estrogen also does things to the brain. Testosterone just does very specific things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Testosterone
let's keep going.
just makes us eat ice cream, chocolate ice cream.
I have no control. My brain is making me do it.
Eat ice cream.
Believe in, you know, certain traditional things, which I actually do believe in, but I don't think in 2023 they're achievable anymore, unfortunately.
And all this back and forth led to
Ben
Crowder going
Shapiro
to
is
Rumble.
married.
So W
Yes.
Rumble.
Yeah, shout out to Rumble once
There
again.
you go, man.
I mean, that is kind of how I feel watching this, to be honest.
My
the
brain
Being
got
pulled down the
stabbed again and
toilet.
Yeah,
again.
so we'll play a portion
By a
here,
tentacle
guys,
monster.
of this situation. And you guys, I'm just gonna, you guys can take away what you want here, but clearly y'all know Candace is not happy that she was, it was insinuated that she was extorting Crowder.
I can't
So
imagine why.
This video
Extorting?
is not her. This isn't a.
Yeah, he's saying that Candace Owen is not happy that it was insinuated that she was extorting Crowder. It wasn't insinuated. That's what Steven Crowder said, the word extortion. Like, that wasn't an insinuation. That was very direct. So I guess they're going to talk about Candace Owens' response to Crowder.
No,
saying
but
that,
it's the
'cause
thing
we
that
never looked at
the
that.
expectation. Yeah, the expectation they have set. Steven Crowder, the good guy, and Daily Wire
Yes.
and Candace Owen, like, dubious. So, yeah.
Yes.
Very, very specific, yes.
Right. But, like, and incorrectly so. Like, they're going out of their way to
Very,
build
very
build
wrong.
a bullshit narrative, basically.
Yes.
That hit piece. Let's just keep it 1,000, bro.
And respectfully, she can defend herself.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
we'll
But-
watch.
Yeah, we'll watch a portion of it. Go ahead.
But, you
Just
know.
run the
So a
clip.
bit of breaking news that just happened. And before we get to it, I just want to back up and tell you why we are discussing this breaking news, because it's occurred to me that there are some people out there who believe that to be a conservative, what it means is that we become tribal and we defend other conservatives even when they do things that are wrong, that we don't discuss things that are horrible on our own side because we need to just make sure that we score wins in other ways. And that is wrong. So that to me is the exact opposite of why I have this platform. I am not tribal. I want to expose things when they are bad on the left, and I will also expose things when they are bad on the right. Obviously, I have
Yeah.
I agree with that on principle, but I'm just gonna real quick.
Yeah.
I want a citation of her actually doing that. In like
Yeah,
in the political sphere.
I guess in the Amber Heard, why am I saying Amber Heard? Fuck my life. I guess in the Steven Crowder case, the principle applies, but you maybe okay. She applies if she does follow this principle. She applies it very scarcely. Let's just say.
Oh, you mean like she's picking and choose?
Yeah, she's picking and choosing her battles. So yeah, again, citation needed, like Shesh said, because yeah, it's.
I mean,
very
I'm
apt
all
in
for
this-
picking. I'm all for picking on anybody. I don't care. Last time I was talking about somebody with like 7 subscribers. This time I'm talking about somebody with 7 million. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah. Fight me.
I've been
Fight us.
interested in the Steven Crowder saga pertaining to his divorce because he literally inserted me into his divorce a couple of days ago. And
Right?
his
did do
wife
that, yeah.
and family are now speaking out regarding that video in which he
Figures,
told
figures,
people publicly that
figures.
his wife was leaving him. You remember this. He chose wrong. And he essentially made it sound as if he did not want his marriage to end, but his wife simply wanted to leave. Well, she has responded by giving video, and I want to prep you. I want you to know this is
Pause.
horrific
we
video.
watched
It is
this
very
video.
difficult to
I want to draw an emphasis on the fact that the wife is the one that provided this video. Okay.
So
I would
what?
like that confirmed. to be honest, because I know like the family came out and said something, but I never saw any confirmation that was actually the wife that provided the video and not like the wife's lawyer or the family lawyer or etc.
Maybe that's what
it was definitely her. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it was definitely her side that put that out, but I don't know if it was actually her, although I would be surprised if it came out without either A, her knowledge, or B, her consent. So if you want to put that back on her, I think that's fine. I just wanted to specify that there is no confirmation if it was like, and that it was just her maliciously putting it out on her own.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who put it out, I think so. It doesn't matter. I don't know. If Steven Crowder put it out, he's an
idiot.
He's idiot. And he must be thinking too highly of himself in that moment. Yeah, I'm looking good in this list of releases. And if it came out from his wife's side, Hillary, then it's like, dude, not all that glitters is gold.
I just wanted to put up that additional bit of context. So like it is clearly not her releasing it on her own. She gave it to specifically the a journalist.
The interviewer. Yeah.
Yeah, the interviewer. And like again, you may have to trace it back further. Like there was still like one or two buffer people before that. Maybe. I don't know 100%. But anyway, let's see what they're actually gonna say about it.
And you guys are gonna see here that the wife definitely provided this video, okay? I watched this thing with a fine-tooth comb and noticed some things, which we're gonna bring here.
Did you comb the desert?
But I think we're good here. She's gonna basically get into it and play the video. So what we're gonna do is we're also
notice the timing of this video
as well.
The timing is so
perfectly
accurate and perfectly
set, right?
aligned.
Absolutely. So this is the best time.
That's what journalism is all about, bitch.
Aligned with what? He started saying shit, started bringing up his kids, and so they were like, fine. Of course they were prepared. Why wouldn't you be prepared for that? They've lived with Steven for years. They know exactly what he's gonna do. Of course they're gonna be ready for it. How did I handle fucking Steve? I had everything fucking ready because I knew exactly the person I was dealing with. Right? So like this is no surprise.
No surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. That's what I mean, that these guys live in a cocoon. Not even an echo chamber, their own cocoon, and they have no fucking idea how the other world works. This is what classic good journalism is all about. Like Shesh said, be prepared. And I think
it's not just even the journalism, it's her lawyers, her divorce lawyers. Who know that this could easily blow up. It was a request that this stuff be kept out of the public eye, not a court requirement. So they must have been prepared for it to eventually make its way into this kind of bullshit sphere, which would be why they would have everything already ready, and they would have to have it ready for court anyway.
Yeah. If lawyers are doing their job, yes.
This is literally just people doing their job and doing their job well, and then these guys complaining about or implying that that's nefarious for some reason.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have a real job, isn't it? You don't know how working works, isn't it? Like they have everyone else is working for them, right? Yeah, everyone else is doing the job, the production and shit and all that. They're not doing it themselves, right? So they're just sitting there and stroking their brinjals, if I might dare say, or eggplants. That would be a better description. And then just bring in people from outside into their space.
Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
Yeah. Yeah. So they have never gone out and explored anything. And this is
come on, let's
maybe demonstration.
Maybe these big brains over here and with their big channel and all their money will fly both of us down to California and we can go hang out with them for a day, and me and you can hang out in California.
Yeah. Like who?
It'd be fun.
Who?
What are you talking about? I'd absolutely go just so I could go and hang out with Manya.
Right? Yes.
I got people to visit in California. I'd go. I'd go just so they could clip what I was saying out of context.
I'm just saying if they would. I don't know if they can afford to fly me to California and Miami.
I mean, I'm pretty far too, so I live
I live at the bottom of the planet. Do they even know New Zealand exists?
What was that one story you told? It's like, we'll fly you out and have you on the show, but only if you fuck me.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And
Tell the
that woman-
people. Tell the people.
Oh yeah, okay. So Fresh and Fit. So they started in the fitness, like industry first, like and so they would get people on their show, like 1 or 2 people, and even women on their show to talk about stuff like around fitness and shit. So there was this girl. I won't take her name, but it's a very known fact. You can go and check their channel. It has happened there. Um, she this the guy who was talking in the beginning, because I refuse to take the name. The
short
angry
guy.
Vegeta. Let's call him. Yeah, the
Angry
angry
Vegeta.
Vegeta. Yeah, the angry Vegeta. He not angry Vegeta. The other guy. Sorry,
I
the
feel
tall
like
bottom
Angry
guy.
Vegeta is just redundant.
Yeah, it's Vegeta. No, but
Vegeta.
that's an insult to Vegeta. Yeah. So the tall.
Yeah, Vegeta's got
bottom guy,
Vegeta is way better and a much better
and
spouse.
classier. Yeah. So the tall bottom guy reached out to her and said, "Oh, would you like to come on our show and we can chat about stuff?" And she was like, "Yeah, why not? It's a good opportunity to get new audience." And then he was like, "Oh well, but he insinuated that he wants something in return." And she was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh well, I don't interview a girl who hasn't slept with me." And the girl was like, "Excuse me? Can you fuck off?" And like, kudos to her for doing that, because yeah,
So
it was disgusting. Oof.
you know how we've had conversations about like consent and power dynamic and
Yeah.
men who solicit women in like trades to try to, like, you know what I'm talking about, like your
Mhm.
Harvey Weinsteins, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like that. That sounds like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And for some reason, these guys are they act like they're very professional and stuff, but in DMs,
They do?
It's-
This is
like, that's what
professional? We're
I
more
guess it is,
professional than
isn't it?
this.
yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. This is not professional. This is just a, what do you say? This is just a setup, if I might say, to appear professional. You know?
Mm.
So yeah, and
Veneer.
to ask, yeah, to ask someone who's going to be a colleague or a guest on your show to have sex with you, or else you
these
won't
guys
have them on
do
your show.
These guys do come off as the type. Do you remember the guy who was a streamer? I don't know if he's still around, but he was admitted to watching AI deep fake porn of one of the girls he worked with, Pokimane.
Oh God.
Yeah, this
don't
skims
remember
like
that,
these
but
guys.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is
yeah.
so. I want to. I want
Yeah.
to puke. I want to puke. I want to puke. Ugh. Yeah.
As you guys know, everyone and their mom is making a video on this, right? H3 is piling on. Lasan, right?
Of course,
Obviously, he always
H3 and
has
Hassan
something
are
to
gonna
say.
talk about it. Duh.
And which I find actually
not even
very
piling
comical,
on.
that once again your boy Eat Then Decline is making fun of Crowder for
Eat
going
Then
through
Decline.
a divorce, yet he doesn't even see it coming that his wife is probably going to divorce him too, because she is going to the gym and exercising. And I mean,
His wife. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to put that back because I think Manya's laugh just like completely overshadowed what he just said. Sorry.
just as you guys
I'm
know,
sorry.
everyone and their mom is making a video on this, right? H3 is piling on. Lasan, right? Obviously, he always has something to say.
Yeah.
And which I find actually very comical, that once again your boy Eat Then Decline is making fun of Crowder for going through a divorce, yet he doesn't even see it coming that his wife is probably going to divorce him too, because she is going to the gym and exercising. And
His wife is going to divorce him because she's going to the gym and exercising.
Do they know the history that why Ethan Klein gained weight?
Is he
You
talking
know the
about
history? I
Ethan?
know.
I thought he was talking about Hassan,
No,
the guy who's
Ethan
currently
Decline.
picketing.
Ethan
Oh,
Decline. So that's Ethan
okay.
Klein
Sorry.
and his wife. And do they know the history of why Ethan actually gained weight? I know. He has depression, and
Mhm.
there's a specific medication that I also had in the beginning. If you have that, you are happy, but like you feel good, but at the same time your appetite increases. You have more cravings for food and you eat more. And then you end up gaining weight, and that's how Ethan
Mm.
gained weight. He has depression, and when you have depression, it's very difficult to look after yourself. You don't want to get out of your house, right?
Why would Helia going to the gym mean that she's going
Indicate.
to divorce Ethan?
I tell you why. A woman looking after herself means she's putting herself on the market.
Okay, but let me put it this way. Like, because specifically because this is incredibly, like, lazy? I'm sure
Yes,
if
very
you
lazy.
really wanted to, you could come up with reasons why Helia should not be with Ethan. Right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
like, I
you
used-
could come up with some reasons, right? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to because I don't care. If they're happy, be happy.
You say that-
They've been together for ages. Let them continue to be
Yeah.
together. I don't care.
They
But,
have
like,
been-
if you
yeah, you're
wanted
right.
to come up with reasons, you could do that. But the best this dude can come up with is she's going to the gym?
That's what I'm saying. The cognitive dissonance and the disconnect with the reality these guys have, these narratives that they have built
Did I
up
say
in their
her name
minds.
wrong? I apologize.
It's Hila, not Helia. Okay, yeah.
Oh, did
Okay,
I add
yeah.
a little flick at the end of there? I believe it.
Yeah, yeah, that her name, yes, but yeah. So that's how Ethan has, and to say that a partner will leave their partner because they're depressed or, something like that. That's so shitty.
I mean,
or they have gained weight, or because they've gained weight. So it's
Right.
like it's so shitty. Like, let's put a pin on this timeline and see, like, maybe 2 years down the line if it's really happened. Because I really want to dunk on these guys for making the most pathetic
Well-
of predictions and failing.
Now I'm kind of curious if Ethan is just making fun of Steven Crowder because he's getting a divorce. Because I bet you what Ethan is doing is making fun of him for getting a divorce when he's so against divorce. That's the thing that he's making fun of. Or, like, how absurd Steven Crowder comes off as in this whole scenario.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, like,
So, and
I'm just
what
taking a
they're-
bet there. I don't know. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it, but it's
What
like I
they're
feel like
doing
this
is-
is again. It's so lazy.
it's lazy. It's lazy and even, like, illogical, actually.
Oh, it's definitely a lot. Like, this does not follow logic. It's just that the first thing that came to my mind is very shallow.
Trust me, bruh.
Okay, I hit play.
And I mean, I'm not saying that your girl's always gonna break up with you when she starts exercising, but
But-
that's a very big sign.
indicator that
Yeah.
something's happening.
And not only
These
that, I mean,
guys
if we're
are
gonna go
such
all the way here,
cowards.
since L3 likes to talk shit about us and make false accusations, let's keep it 1,000, bro. Your wife, she got her green card now. She's an American citizen. You know what I mean?
You like to lie and make up
Wow.
shit about us, so we're gonna lie and make up shit about you.
So basically, we are on the same level as you, yeah.
Well, at least
Um,
they know that they're admitting that what they just said about their relationship was bullshit.
And it's also like they're
Okay.
such cowards. Like, they will not stand behind it. Oh, I'm not saying that all relationships, like in all relationships, if a girl is going to the gym, that they're going to break up. But I'm like,
Can I
back
talk
your shit up,
about-
bro. Why
can I
being a
talk about their-
pussy?
Can I talk about the production again for a second? Because I think what I'm getting
Go for
from
it.
Fresh and Fit is that they're lazy. That's what I'm getting from them. Look at their layout right now.
Yeah. Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
This is all black screen for them, right? Like all up here. This is not me. I didn't do this. This is all just on the video. You can see the little indicator coming up here. Yeah, that's. Then they have all of this showing. They don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Because they can just wide window it. So you would just have
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
You can also crop all this shit out.
Yep. Why are you showing the browser, bro? the
Why
browser
do
tab is on the
like
top.
just crop that, make it widescreen, and you would have like something that looks like 10 times better. I also get a kick out of how teeny tiny they are over here. Like they
Like-
have this
like
much.
their
They have
dicks.
so much money to spend on their production. Why would you not have 2 more cameras and have one pointed at both of them? So when you switch to this mode, you have both of them zoomed in away from the table. So you have 2 close-ups of them talking about Candace, which is then larger. Like that. And then when you switch back to them being full screen, you go back to the table mode.
Yeah, like, come on. I think so. Are they using StreamYards? Is that what they're using?
They both have fucking laptops in front of them. You could use the
What the-
laptop cameras if you needed to.
Yeah. Don't they have cameras? Are they shitty laptops? I refuse to believe that you don't have good latest laptops on your desk sitting on your table there. Like
I just mean that like they're
lazy.
Everything to me about these people is lazy. Like their
Lazy.
production is lazy, their logic is lazy, their inferences are
commitment.
lazy, their research is lazy, their presentation
no
is
research.
lazy. Everything is lazy.
Oh yeah.
This is just lazy.
There's no research. It's not lazy research. There's no research.
They're just
It's
making-
quite evident.
They looked up they looked at the one thing Steven said and then just made a bunch of shit up and that was their
Yeah.
research.
Oh, that must what have had happened. That's called bias, my dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all lazy. Everything about this is lazy. You could also like do some better things with the space if you wanted to, or you could just actually like
There's like so much empty space in that desk. Like, use it for something, dude.
turn on
Like-
the subtitles. I mean, I have them off
Yeah.
right now because everything's backwards, but
Yeah.
you could even do like what we have, because we are not in a room together, so we don't have
No.
a middle space. But you could like have both of you on either side and then big it in the center, right? They don't have live
Learn,
chat
boys.
showing anywhere. Like they have the little ones that pop up in the corner, but they're like picking out which ones they want, and almost all of them are like, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to like.
However, however, goes full screen when they start Candace's video, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they
Which
do.
is all, yeah, but it's still weird. Like, we can't see you, so yeah.
I mean, she don't really need you no
Who
more.
knows, bro?
Y'all started the business together. She could
Who
easily
knows? Now
divorce
it's
you and
the who
take half the
knows.
business, no problem. Y'all
See,
are out there.
No, they have cameras that are already pointed at them.
What the fuck? Okay, they are lazy as fuck. I have no sympathy for you.
This
You have so
is-
much money. You have so much like manpower. You have so much like fucking technology, and this is the production you come up with, bitch.
If you want
Shesh,
to pay
why
me,
don't you-
I'll do it
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
what I'm going to say. Shesh, reach out to them and say, hey, listen, this is what my production looks like. Would you like me to do the work for you? Like, you know, and this is what I charge for every project or every hour, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, who knows?
I'm being told to press Control, Windows key, and L, and I'm gonna try it.
Why are you doing that? What happened?
Ah! I have to download it, though. It's not installed. I'll have to set that up later. It's a caption
Okay.
thing.
Oh, that's cool. I'll be back.
That is very cool. I'll look into that. Oh. Bye, Manya. Remember when we said we're more professional than they are? Mani, do you want to just take a break?
No. I'm back. There
Okay.
was a lot of my hair. My hair.
There was a lot of my hair. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was just like, when I was, I had to throw
All right. Okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
Just gonna press play.
California. I don't know if you signed a prenuptial agreement. Probably not.
She might even take a vacation in Barbados, sipping coconuts.
Oh,
You never know,
shit.
bro. I'm just saying.
She has twin, like, 2-year-olds, dipshit.
Yeah, they have kids together. Like,
No, like, this abuse video that they're watching is from 2001, right? We know this.
yeah.
It is
but
now
aren't-
2023, and they're saying she's gonna go to a trip with Barbados with coconuts or whatever, when she
they're
is
still
going
talking
through...
about. They're still talking about Eli.
Oh, okay. Sorry, never mind. I thought they were
Yeah,
talking
they
about
haven't.
Cowboy.
They haven't stopped talking about Ethan because looks like that's how bad he burned their asses.
Oh,
off.
yeah, apparently. Pissed them off.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So, yeah,
my
they're still talking
mistake.
about Eli. Yeah. the
This is still
reference that.
stupid.
Yeah, very stupid. Like
He-
brain
he-
numbing.
She's not allowed to be attractive if Ethan's depressed, apparently.
Yeah.
Because those things
Or
are related.
If Ethan has gained weight, like,
Oh no.
oh my god, he ate a few more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Oh my god.
Okay. We're really gonna talk about, like, can we take a look at some of the women that they hang out with and see how out of their league they are?
Oh, definitely. Every woman that comes on the show is out of their league. Every woman. Or I can say every girl, maybe, because they are young ones, I guess. But every they have like 18 to 25 max, I think so. It's really rare that they
Oh,
have
we're definitely
like,
out of their league then.
oh yes.
We're past breedable age.
This guy in front of us in front of us screens would do these videos, short videos of picking up girls by insinuating that girls won't look at you if you don't have a fancy car. So
What color's your Bugatti then, bro?
Exactly. So he would make these videos where he would approach a girl without like his car around, whatever the fancy car is, and the girl rejects him. And then as soon as he opens the door to his fancy car, the girl follows him and approaches him. And I'm like,
okay, that means
like,
you're
that
an
girl is
unlikable.
definitely.
Let's pretend that this girl is real. Let's pretend that these are not fake. Maybe you're an unlikable twat, so the only reason being around you is because you have money.
Yeah. Oh, I can talk about that for ages, but I think so we should focus on this today. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have to do another one of these guys, because this is like...
I'm just saying, bro, you never know.
Fatality.
Just saying.
So, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, bro.
When you have to add that, like, as if it's like the laugh track, you know you didn't do that. Because the chat will do it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, y'all, I'm just keeping it 1,000. She don't really need you no more, bro. She got money. She started the business with you. She's getting in shape. Meanwhile, you're over here eating and declining and saying, well, exercise. Why would you waste your time in life exercising? Not by the fact that exercising would actually prolong your life. So
For your health,
better.
maybe?
But, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But
That's a personal decision. And exercising might not help Ethan if he's on a medication that's going to cause him to gain weight no matter what.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And some
Anyway.
people cannot change their medication. I was able to. I was lucky.
Right.
I was able
Some
to
people
switch.
can, some people can't.
So yeah, fuck you, you piece of shit. Stonky
again,
shite.
this is what happens when you're blue-pilled, right? And you don't understand female nature, when you don't understand intersexual dynamics, you don't see the signs.
The game never ends.
Yeah.
Red pills definitely have women figured out. The guy who's married and has been married for an incredibly long time, who has his wife with him and has a kid and has a dog and has a successful show and business, is the one who doesn't understand women. 100% not these guys who totally understand women.
Who
They
actually
got it all
has
figured out.
Women. Yeah, and who actually has women working on his team. Oh yeah, he has no idea how a female brain works. Like, what the fuck?
You can't stop being a man of value.
No dude ever says,
Man
"Oh,
value.
I saw that divorce coming." Yep, yeah, woo, yeah, woo. Very few guys can actually say that. Most guys don't see it coming.
Yeah.
They don't see their girl going to the gym and exercising. They don't see her going ahead and going out on girls' nights out or putting herself in positions where other men can approach her that are doing something that you're not. They don't see this shit.
I mean, you're talking about negligence, I guess.
So, in case of Steven Crowder, how is it related to Steven Crowder?
It's
Steven
not.
Crowder is all right looking, right? He's not like he doesn't have too much weight. He's all right. When he wears a shirt, he looks okay, right?
It's not
His
my
wife
type.
Well, yeah, he's not my type also. But I'm saying, like, you know, because these guys go on looks a lot.
Sure, yeah,
Like,
he's not like,
superficial.
he doesn't have anything like horrifically wrong with him.
Yeah, and his wife is quite beautiful. So, are you saying Steven Crowder didn't see it coming either?
Well, I mean, he
Is that what
probably
you
didn't
said?
because he was abusing her. It's because, like,
Yeah.
she didn't, Steven Crowder's wife didn't leave him because she was, like, going out to the bar or because she was going out to, like, whatever, or because Steven gained weight. She left him because he was abusing her.
Yeah. Like, I see the disconnect just to, like, dunk on someone they don't like. or
Well,
they
I
disagree
mean, if you
with.
want to make a side joke or whatever, but this has been kind of going on for a while.
It's a
Like,
rant.
enough that they gave it its own chapter, so that, like, they acknowledged that it went on that long.
Holy shit.
Right? So I find it very funny that people, right, like eat then decline, try to kick people when they're down about a divorce, which obviously is a sucky situation, yet they don't even see that their glass house is also cracking. But again, this is what happens when you're blue pill.
Prove it.
And then losers like Lasan, right?
Citation needed.
For Gabi. Oh, yo,
Not hearsay.
Let's go ahead and give everybody free healthcare and socialism and everything else, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you got a multi-million-dollar house, you driving around in Porsches, all this extra.
Oh no, not healthcare. How dare you live in a society that you have complaints about that could be better?
Okay, so if you're rich, you should not support healthcare for everyone? Is that what they're implying?
Apparently.
And
he thinks that's hypocritical because he's got a potato brain.
does he even have a brain? A pea brain would be... Yeah, it's a pea brain. It's not even...
I do like potatoes and I don't like peas, so I'm fine with
Okay.
pea brain. I also would be willing to believe that this man's head is just full of piss of either his own or his little bitch buddies.
Or maybe... Fuck, gotta fuck. That's all that's going in his head, so nothing of, substance comes
I don't
out of
even
his
think
mouth.
it's that. I think it's I'm not getting enough sex, therefore I have no value, so I have to pretend I'm having a lot more in my life than I actually do because
That is so sad. That's so sad. So sad.
this is just like such a lack of understanding of the way like the economy functions and what the issues around healthcare are and taxes.
Exactly. I would really like to see
It's not some random billionaire's job to pay for everybody's healthcare, dumbass.
Okay, how much are you then paying for healthcare?
No, he doesn't believe in healthcare. He
Others.
thinks that's socialism, which it is. But I would suspect that I have suspicions about that. You know, you could have capitalist socialism, right? Like you could run like Sweden does. Because Sweden has like the government socializes healthcare, but because they do it by giving off vouchers, you get capitalism where the companies are fighting for the vouchers that the people have because you make the people the middleman instead of the hospital the middleman. So they're still capitalist as in we want to get your money and make money and embraces competition that way, but the money is going from, instead of from the government to the healthcare, it goes from the government to the individuals, and then the individuals decide where to spend it.
That's actually a very good way to do that, yeah.
It's so big-brained, and I'm mad that we don't do it. I'm mad here.
Yeah.
I want that now.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's a... Yeah, okay, let's go.
Shit. Bro, you're a fucking capitalist.
There's a saying that goes,
The hypocrisy.
he who points the finger
See, I told you, he thinks it's
That's four.
hypocrisy. That's
pointing
not
back
hypocrisy.
right at him.
Yep.
So,
Hey,
That's-
man,
Hey, man.
it is what it is. Like I said before.
That's karma, not hypocrisy, you dumbass.
Yeah.
That's projection,
Yeah.
not hypocrisy, you dumbass.
Someone teach
These
that.
fucking clowns have come
Sometime
at us,
give
they
them a
come at-
Britannica dictionary, please.
No, they can't
Sometimes-
read it.
Tate, they've come at all of our friends a lot of the time. So, quite frankly, I'm just keep making fun of y'all. I don't care.
You're just saying you're being
L3
petty.
podcast.
Like,
You came at us
They
first.
make fun of Sneeko. They talk shit about Sneeko. They talk about shit about our people. So fuck y'all.
Sneeko deserves to be dunked on. Let's just
I don't know
say,
if I
Sneeko-
personally would want to admit that Sneeko is one of my people. Just, I don't think that's something I would
Yeah.
want to just say.
Nope.
Anyway, let's continue on.
Oh, thanks.
So
Thanks for
the
that
next thing
tangent.
we're talking about here is, so this came out right on
Oh, right. They're at the video. They didn't even, like, complete what she was saying. Okay, whatever.
Twitter, right? From this guy, scroll up real quick, Chris. Right? From Yashar Ali, right? And he's the one that actually got this thing on Twitter, right? And he goes, number one, exclusive. I've obtained over 3 minutes of video of Steven Crowder being emotionally abusive toward his pregnant wife, Hillary. Okay, guys. Make a note right there at emotionally abusive, okay? We're going to put our red lenses on here very soon.
Oh.
And we're going to exercise some critical thought. All right? This statement said to me,
Guys, are you
Sure.
ready? They're about to
Sure.
exercise some critical thought.
Not critical thinking. Critical thought.
One thought. You only get one. You only get one critical thought. Maybe that's why everything they say is so shallow, because they're only allowed one a day. All right, before I need to pee. I'm gonna take a piss.
Go ahead and pee.
All right,
I'll
we're
get
gonna
some
take
coffee.
we're gonna take a quick break. Everybody, get your snacks. We'll be right back after no short messages because these guys have sponsors and I don't. Fuck this universe. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hey. I went and got some tea. I wish I had beer. I don't have any right now. I gotta buy some better alcohol. You're muted, Manya. You're muted. Manya.
Sorry. You know, this time when I had the catch up with my manager, I wasn't on mute. For the first time.
Good job. I knew you could do it. I believed you knew the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been funny if you had like a bottle of wine. With this.
No.
It would have 11. It would have another 11 hours.
No.
I would have actually joined you seriously in drinking. For that one time, I would have broken the rule.
I do not want to spend 11 hours watching this guy. At least when we did the 11-hour stream with Destiny shit, at least we had like Destiny fans coming by. As far as I know, there's no Fresh and Fit fans here to bitch at me.
Yeah.
In fact, I mean, I don't mind. They're more than welcome to come and hang out with us if they want. I'm here for it. But are you guys ready to get into the apologetics? Because I'm pretty sure that's where we're going.
Are those really apologetic? They're just like, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I think that they're gonna be like, oh, this emotional abuse isn't actually emotional abuse. She's actually emotionally abusing him. I think that's where we're going.
The perpetual victim.
Oh, yes, Steven Crowder, the perpetual victim who wants to play the asshole online. I hate it when people want to play, like, the asshole online, and then they bitch when people are like, wow, you're kind of an asshole. How could you... Alright.
Family says she hid the emotional abuse she was dealing with for years. Alright, scroll down. And then part 2. The family of Hillary Crowder says she spent years hiding her husband's emotional abuse from her family, that he lied about the circumstances around their divorce, that he wasn't present for the birth of their twins. Full statement in my story. Scroll down. And then 2 days ago, Steven Crowder spoke about his divorce for the first time. Before he did, he informed his wife's divorce attorney. As my report reveals, his wife's attorney asked him not to speak about it. Crowder did anyway. Okay?
Oh, okay, so that's actually a piece of information I didn't know. I didn't know that Steven Crowder told his wife's lawyers that he was going to talk about it. So, I mean, I'm going to give Steven Crowder a little bit of props for that, too. Now Fresh and Fit look even more stupider, because that's the fucking terminology we use here. Stupider, if you remember Munchkin.
Stupider. Nincompoops.
Well, they're just even... They look even more stupid because they were saying that it was awfully suspicious, basically, that this information came out. Like, the timing of it was so perfect, and it's like... If he told them he was going to do that, not only did that they should have had this stuff ready in the back anyway, but they also had additional heads up that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
They said, maybe don't, and he said, fuck you, and did it anyway.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. So that kind of, that act can be shown as being a bad faith actor if they go in front of a judge or something like that. We requested them to not make it public, and they did it anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't
look
good to the court. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can actually use it.
Yes.
In the favor of children.
Yes.
They're like, oh, the children are getting exposed to this.
Well, he thinks that he needs to keep the children so safe by putting them all out there, right? Let's see what they have to say.
Scroll down. And that's the video that we showed y'all from before in the part 4. Here's a full statement from the family of Steven Crowder, soon to be ex-wife Hillary. Her family only issued this statement after Steven spoke about their divorce against Hillary's wishes. The statement is detailed and alleges years of abuse. Okay, scroll down. And then part 5, Steven Crowder has responded to my story. First, you don't need context for the full video in my story. Also, while he's acting as if his wife attacked him first, he spoke about their divorce despite being asked not to, and then lied by essentially calling her a homewrecker. So this is what we're going to do.
I actually disagree with the statement made in that tweet. You don't need context. No, there's no context missing is what he should be saying. He should be saying that there is no, you don't need any additional context. The context within that video is more than enough. There's nothing else that needs to be added in there. I doubt that there's anything that could be added to make it any better, that's for sure.
Yeah.
First, we're going to play the video for you guys uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Okay? so you guys can watch it one time through.
All right, I'll skip
Then
through it because
we're
we've
gonna
already
play
seen it.
Crowder's response. Then we're gonna play it again with the red lenses on. All right. So let's roll the clip uninterrupted. Chris, can we enlarge it on their end?
So
Like you're gonna have.
they're going to comment on it later, again.
No, they're playing it and then they're gonna talk about it. So they're gonna play. They played both the video, and then the Steven Crowder's video, and now they're gonna comment on it now that they've played it in full. Which I don't really have a problem with it. I think that's a fine approach. But I'm just gonna skip over it because we've already seen it. We've seen both of these things.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Okay. I gotcha what they're doing now.
Yep.
Okay. So is that like when they start talking around the 49 mark? Is it?
Yeah, we're
49?
at 46. Women will do anything for clout. Good title after the release of abuse footage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I smell victim blaming here, and my nose is stinking up. My all olfactory lobes are stinking up because, yeah. Victim blaming, awesome.
Be honest though, just to preface this with this being said, anything that's family matter should not be online. So this whole argument they had
Tell that to
on the ring
Steven.
camera should
Tell that to
was-
Steven.
That was Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder did that. That was him.
Yeah.
He did that thing.
Oh,
Huh?
God.
Sorry, I'm just gonna
Nani?
put that back a little bit.
Where's
Context next week.
Which he
I
didn't
commented on my
release.
on.
He hasn't sent out
So
any.
now,
This is a
what
week
we're gonna
later.
do is-
There
so
is
now
no...
you guys got kind of the full story here, right? We went over him talking about this. We went over insinuations, right? Allegedly that he was being extorted, etc. Candace Owens took it away.
Yeah.
She responded. She gets this video from the wife, and also this journalist. She plays it on her podcast. It's going viral right now. Everyone and their mom is talking about it, and I don't think anyone has reacted to the video with a red lens and actually because there's a lot to learn here, guys, about female nature from this video.
Yeah.
That we're going to go ahead and break down for you guys, and hopefully some of you guys can learn from this because some of y'all have probably been in situations like this with your girl, I guarantee. And or if you're married.
I guarantee that there's a good portion of our audience that are wife abusers.
Yeah.
Or abusive towards women. That's a
We'll teach you
bold
how to be more
statement.
manipulative. We'll teach you how to
That's
be more
a-
manipulative and controlling so they cannot
So-
escape.
Jesus. Okay.
God,
These discussions
guys
are
pathetic.
common. Like you're gonna have disagreements and arguments like this. So
now, to be honest though,
No.
just to preface this with this
No. You're the first half of that you're fine. You're
You
gonna
have
have
a wife.
disagreements and arguments. You're not like this. This is not how you have a disagreement or an argument like an adult. This is how you act like a petulant child and abuse your significant other.
Yeah, oh God. Please, men out there, please. You can do better than this. Please, don't listen to them. Seriously. All the people in this community, come on. You can do better than this. Imagine your mother getting treated like this and these assholes saying, oh yeah, you can do better at controlling and manipulating them. Like, or your sister. The reason I'm using relationships is, again, because any other girl out there is just game for these guys. So maybe if you think about someone in your family, you might see how messed up this shit is.
And you shouldn't even have to go that far. Just the fact that you have to, because these men only care about how women relate to them or other men, not as
Yeah.
individuals themselves.
It's sad. It's pathetic and sad. Seriously. Ugh.
This being said, anything that's family matter should not be online. So this whole argument they had on the ring camera should never be online. But once again, what do women do? Sympathy for the internet. That's their thing. So
Oh God. Okay, so Steven Crowder starts shit. He actually berates his wife in front of like thousands, hundreds and thousands of people, and says, "I chose wrong," and she's not allowed to defend herself.
During divorce proceedings.
Yeah, and the divorce is still happening.
When
Like-
we're specifically requested not to put it out online, and so these guys are blaming her for putting it out online.
You know what
When
I mean
he
by
put
they
it
don't
out
do any
online.
research? Yeah, if they had just watched if they read that article, like we did, we comprehended that Stephen told the lawyer. Lawyer said, "Please don't," and he still went ahead with it, and that's wrong. And
well,
that's very shameful.
it's the woman's fault for it coming online.
Of course,
she's
of
clout
course.
chasing.
Clout
She wants
chasing
sympathy from the internet. That's why she doesn't have. That's why this woman, who is Steven Crowder's wife, doesn't have a platform online, barely exists online whatsoever, and the only time she did exist on the internet for any any amount of time was on Steven's shows and podcasts.
And still got berated for having a cleavage.
Weird.
Very
what
weird.
a weird. Yeah. So what is she? She wants sympathy, and what's that sympathy gonna do for her?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? Yeah, sympathy. You want sympathy from people online to gain what?
What exactly was Steven doing when he brought it all up? Getting sympathy from these guys that are now defending him for no fucking reason?
And also, like, I'm gonna swear now in my language, khotea. Seriously.
And what if it was a man? What if it was role reversed? What if it was Steven Crowder's wife talking to Steven Crowder that way? And then, or like, even if it was Steven Crowder and it was just a man that he was doing this to, not a woman, would they then be justified in releasing it? Like, is the gender the thing that's justifying or not justifying this?
It's gender. It's basically gender. Pure misogyny, if I may dare say. Actually, I dare say misogyny. Shame on you guys, seriously.
Well, it's not very logical.
No, it's not. It's not. Oh, she wants sympathy, but he wants to set things straight, even though he went to the internet. Yeah, by lying, and went to the internet in the first instance. He was the first one to do it. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, we have an example, right, Feline? We have Kyle. The video of Kyle abusing his boyfriend.
Yes. What when if it's a same-sex relationship, what about then?
So
if they had a scenario where it was a same-sex couple, it would fry their brains out. They will just purge. Yeah, that's what will happen with it. They'll just purge out. Their brains will like fry and burst out of their brains and with gut and shit everywhere because they don't have imagination. One, they don't have empathy, and at the same time, they're stupid and don't do their research.
Here's the thing.
Even with stuff staring them in the mirror. Like,
if you want to be logical about it, right? If you want to break this down from a logical, like a modus ponens scenario, like that style of logic, you would say, if you reverse the roles, what changes? Is there any more or less abuse, and is somebody more or less justified if the exact same behavior happens but the genders are swapped? And I would suspect the answer you would get, maybe I'm wrong, but I would suspect the answer you would get is that no man is ever in a position to be abused by a woman like this.
Well,
that's what I would suspect you would get. That doesn't mean that's possible, but I think that's the answer you would get. Yeah.
The answer you would get, but that is not your personal opinion.
I bet you even if you showed them a video, they would just reject the premise entirely because women aren't strong enough or women are never in a position to do this. All that dude has to do is be more of a man.
Yeah. Actually, that's what the narrative would be. You're not being a man enough. That's why she's being dominant and you're being a submissive. They use this language a lot.
And yeah, and Feline, that's a really good point. I wonder what their opinion is on the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case.
Yeah.
They might have videos on it. I'm not going to go look right now, but we might be able to go find out. All right, let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's go ahead, guys, and play the video again. But this time,
break it down.
We're going to put them
with the lens.
Them glasses on, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Go buy a PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's all. And play the Harry Potter game.
And we're gonna pause
because that's all you can manage.
All right, and guys, real quick, before pause real quick.
Oh, you're wearing glasses?
Before we play this thing, guys.
You told me to put my glasses on.
Go ahead real quick, Chris, and play it from the beginning.
He's
Before
like,
we
yeah,
play
this
thing,
is the
guys, I'm
beginning.
looking right now. We got 9,300 y'all in here watching. We're probably gonna hit 10K
Oh, for
very
fuck's
soon.
sake! Like
You
and
guys do me a
share and
favor
subscribe.
and go
You
ahead
become
and
a
like the
member.
video. Now, the reason why I want you guys to like the
Patreon.
video is because, as y'all know,
blah blah blah. I don't care about the reasons for why they want you to like the video. Hey, yeah, yo, go and make sure to like the video and subscribe and hit the bell and become a member or a Patreon or find me on Twitch or whatever the fuck. Go find Money on her channel. It's linked down below. Yay!
Yay! Okay.
Help me keep up with Fresh and Fit because there's no way in hell these guys like fucking waste their money. Jesus Christ.
line by line and expose a lot of the female manipulation tactics that the wife is employing here, okay? Because
let's go big.
we live in a
Let's go.
world where women can do no wrong, women are angels, they're not manipulative, and the guy is always wrong, okay? And there's a
They even have the close-up cameras on this side. They're just stupid. They're just bad at production.
They would get so much more like interaction if they had like, oh, he's saying something and you can see the other guy's expression. Like we both, you say something and I just go bonkers sometimes, you know, or I'm just
Vice
like,
versa.
you know, yeah, and vice versa. So
I don't.
That's entertaining. This is bullshit.
This is lazy. Okay, so I don't know what world they live in where they think women don't get shit.
Yeah.
Women get shit all the time. They get shit on all the time. Sometimes it's deserved. Sometimes it's not. Why do you think Me Too started? It's because there wasn't appropriate reporting directions for women who were being abused, like Steven Crowder's wife. And so Me Too blew up and forced people to deal with it in the public. Now, does that mean that every Me Too accusation was true? Of course not. We've spent a ton of time talking about Amber Heard and how that's bullshit and she makes things worse for everybody. So liars aren't good, and liars should face repercussions for lying.
Yeah. And it
this
does
is just
not
a
depend on the gender.
Right,
And
it's
it's not-
like being being an asshole is not specific to anything. Everybody can be an asshole.
Anyone can be abusive. Everyone has the capability and can develop a mindset for it.
There's
So,
nothing about
yeah.
your sexual orientation, there's nothing about your gender, there's nothing about your religion, there's nothing about like your ethnicity that will prevent you by caveat from being by fiat from being an abusive asshole or just an asshole or just abusive, right?
Yeah. It's absolutely bullshit.
Yeah, literally everyone has an asshole. So literally anyone can be an asshole.
Oh,
So
I like that.
it doesn't. This is absolute nonsense. This is just not true, and I don't know what world they think they're knocking women off of a pedestal that doesn't exist, which is
that's what
strange.
Very strange. Very
strange. There's a lot of things here that we can learn from, which we're going to break this down. So I ask you not to like this video so that, oh, yeah, we want to get a bunch of views. Like, I mean, that's a part of it, of course.
But exposure.
But the real reason is I want exposure out there so this video can come across someone's feed
He wants exposure so he can have a lot of views. I don't know.
might be going through a divorce, someone that might be going through a bad breakup, a guy that might be being emotionally, being manipulated by his woman.
You could save a
Employ
life.
tactics.
So
By
they
his
think
woman.
that so they do think that women can abuse men.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so what would they think if the roles were reversed?
Yeah. Yeah, mate, what's going on?
Or is just the
And
woman wrong no matter what the scenario is? Because that's not
Yeah,
very
that's what it
logical,
is.
is it? That's the genetic
what it is.
fallacy.
Yeah. And I bet you they have no idea what that means.
Oh, what the genetic fallacy is?
Yeah, nah.
Oh, they
and
can-
they will
They
not
can
look
fail
it
to
up.
Google it, it's fine.
Tactics like this.
You could save a life, man.
Okay? Because I've seen this happen time and time and time again.
And men
with
have no
guys.
voice.
And men have no voice. Real
Yeah.
talk. Okay? On the face level, watching it,
It looks really bad.
Looks really bad.
Really bad.
But
Of course.
if you are aware of female nature, you watch content like this, you know how women really move. You know that there's a lot of fucking cap in this shit right now.
And there's moving parts that we can't see.
Exactly.
So honestly, guys, like, if you can, share the video, like it, but we need exposure for this because we can save some lives.
Yeah, real talk, man. Again, this is gonna be a masterclass in teaching you guys how to detect female deception, which this is 100% going down here.
What's the difference between male deception and female deception?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. They're separating out. They're gonna. This is a masterclass in female deception. Okay, what is female deception then? What's the difference? What is it about being a man or a woman that makes you incapable of lying one way or another?
Because women are the weaker ones or the more manipulative ones. And
Female deception is pink.
Oh God. Oh fucking Lord. Alright, let's go. Yeah, it's mind-numbing. I told you, you're gonna get
The fact that she's pregnant makes it 10 times worse.
Absolutely.
You animal. How dare you?
Let me go. You know, I'm really glad you brought that up. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it a buck here. Pregnancy,
they haven't even...
a lot of the times, guys, is used as an excuse by women to behave poorly with little to no ramifications.
What behavior? Please give us an example. Citation needed. Please. And I bet you they will not give any example. Yes. Now I'm predicting them. Here we go. Predicting assholes online again. Here we go.
Oh yeah, here Manya goes. I don't believe for a okay, so I'm not gonna pretend that there aren't awful women that exist that are manipulative bitches. They're bad people. But they're not bad people because they're women doing this. They're bad people because they're bad people doing bad things that you shouldn't do to other people, no matter who they're doing it to.
Yep.
So...
yeah, what's so hard about that? Like...
that doesn't mean there are little to no ramifications because they are or are not pregnant.
Yeah.
It means that those consequences. So okay, there's something called pregnancy brain, right?
Oh yeah.
And it basically just involves a lot of the hormone flux and how busy the female brain gets when it is dealing with everything that it's dealing with. It's the same thing that it's the same kind of thing that you hear about, like women behaving like absolute crazy people when they're on their period. And there are people who take advantage of that. There are women and men who take advantage of that to either dismiss women, to be like, oh, well, you're just on your period, and therefore anything you say is invalid, or you're just being pregnant, therefore everything you say is invalid. And there are women who act like unreasonable, crazy people and use their period as an excuse to be abusive. These are both things that happen. But it's not because they're men or because they are women. It's because they are bad people.
Who can use any excuse in the world to start shit. And that's what exactly happened there. And it's always case-by-case basis. It's not a generality. It's not a statistics. That Fresh and Fit are known to like impose characteristics or traits on both men and women by saying, oh, it's proven by statistics. And without presenting any citations. So, yeah, and I bet you he'll not going to tell you the traits or any manipulation tactics, blah, blah, blah. They'll just, keep on ranting bullshit.
Well, I mean, what you would do, thank you so much for joining there. What you would do is, so if I wanted to expose Steven Crowder's wife, like let's say I agree with them and I have reasons for believing that she was manipulating this situation, and first off, this is security cam footage. This isn't like she set up a camera to like the same way Amber Heard did, right? We don't have that scenario. So we don't have that premeditative like poking, right? Yeah. Second off, he chases her. In the Amber Heard tapes, she chased him, right? Mm-hmm. So when one person tried to leave the scenario, the abuser followed them and wouldn't let them leave
and drag
the
them back in.
Right. So, besides that, the way you would want to kind of this is how hard it is for me to do this because I'm not in that mentality. I don't think this has happened. The way you would do it is you would play the behavior, then you would say, this is what they did, this is the behavior, this is how that behavior is abusive, this is generally something that women do. That doesn't mean men can't do it, but women generally are the ones who behave in this way.
Yeah, because women are the ones who are pregnant or on period or something like that, I guess.
Sure,
but it,
like whatever reasoning you decided to do and whatever behavior you would do. So you would play the clip, say, here's the behavior, or hey, I'm about to show you the behavior, look out for this, this, and this. Play the behavior and then explain it. So if they don't do any of those things, I don't believe them just by sake of logical fallacy, just for the sake of saying that, well, you didn't actually present the thing that you're saying, so because you didn't present it, I can ignore it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that again. Pregnancy is often used by women as an excuse to behave poorly with little to no consequences for their actions. That's just how it is. Okay?
No,
and for all the people out there,
that's the problem. You can agree with the first half of that and say, like, women do this thing. And I can say, okay, yes, there are women that do this thing. But as soon as you say, that's just how it is, you're now applying it to all women saying it's because they are women and women are just act and behave like this when that's just 100% not the case.
Yeah, nah, buddy.
So, like, the first half, you had us in the first half. It's the second half that just undermines everything you just said.
Yeah, agree. Yeah. It's also
I can agree with it. I think it's an incorrect generality, but I think it's something that you can say that society thinks, right? But for the sake of argument, sure, I can agree with your premise. Go on. Oh, the second you just dropped it on the ground. You had a ball and you dropped it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, that's so insensitive. 8 months pregnant, blah, blah, blah.
No, it's not insensitive. It's stupid.
I vividly remember the year is about 2001.
Anecdotal evidence.
I was living in New Britain, Connecticut. My mom was working a security job, making.
Okay, I don't care about his stupid story. Are they actually going to fucking play this okay, video breakdown.
Finally.
I can't imagine why their I can't imagine why their videos are so long.
I don't know.
Or otherwise.
Absolutely, yeah. You never put your hands on a woman.
Never.
That's when you lose.
Never, yeah.
But we are talking about.
Not because you shouldn't abuse people, but because you don't want to lose. You don't want to look bad. You don't want to end up being like the bad guy in the scenario. So you can do anything else to them as long as you don't hit them.
Yeah, emotional abuse
lose.
is fine.
Yeah.
You know, don't put your hand on a woman. We don't know that here in Texas. I tried.
This is bro manipulation tactics is what we're going to break down in this segment.
12:34 p.m.
12:34 p.m. Okay, cool. Awesome. So that's when the video starts. Let's go ahead and run it.
I drew a boundary.
Trigger warning.
No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car.
Pause.
You don't get to draw boundaries for other people, by the way. That's not, you don't get to do that. Other people get to draw boundaries, and you can draw boundaries for yourself, but you don't get to draw boundaries for other people.
If you want the car,
you guys can see right.
That's another thing, and it's more urgent than her need. That's also another thing, but then you have to justify it, and it's hard just justifying to your partner, isn't it? That why you need the car more than them.
Well, you know, she's got to go grocery shopping, and he's got to.
He wants to go and meet his mama.
He wants to visit his friends or whatever, and she needs to Uber and not him or whatever the fuck. Anyways, justification was garbage. Anyway.
Right away that there is some type of disagreement where he's stating to her that, hey, this is a boundary. This is what you're not going to do, right? And as the man, right, and the leader in the relationship, boundaries must be made. Because as your wife, who is supposed to follow you, she's quite frankly your subordinate because you are the leader, right? She's supposed to follow your.
So there's a whole lot of assumptions being made here, and okay.
Number one, okay, if you say the man is the leader and But that doesn't mean that he gets to draw boundaries without consulting the other person he's drawing the boundary for. The person
it's
still
because
has to
they're-
consent.
They're conflating the word leader with dictator.
Oh, okay. Why am I not surprised?
They don't know what they don't want to know what a leader actually is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you know what a leader is, like somebody who goes out of their way and would never ask somebody to do something that they're not willing to do themselves, which is 100% what Steven Crowder is doing in this thing. He's asking her not, like, telling her she can't do this because he won't do it himself.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. Like, yeah, he can do a simple chore.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we watched this video already, so there's not really a need to analyze it again, but if you're going to describe somebody who is a leader, it is 100% not what Steven Crowder is doing here.
Yep.
So if you want, okay, but if you want to say that their relationship needs to be this way, then the man, and you want to agree to this kind of relationship, I'm going to say, okay, but then the man needs to hold up his end of the bargain. And Steven Crowder is not holding up his end of the bargain, and therefore it is abusive. So even if you frame this in the way they want it framed, Steven Crowder's still an abusive piece of shit. And they're still wrong, because Steven is not holding up his end of the bargain.
Yeah. And the thing is that they don't understand that. For them, if someone's the leader, they get to do anything they want. And that's
so
not
who's
a
the leader in their
That's
relationship?
shit. Yeah.
So, well, there's two of them, so who's the leader in their relationship? Which
Well,
one's the bottom
according to
bitch?
Yeah. According to them, the wife should be the bottom bitch and the guy should be the leader.
Okay, but they're
Okay,
two
go on,
men.
sorry. Oh, okay, you're talking about two men. Oh, amongst themselves. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, the fresh
Yeah,
and fit ping and pong here are two men in a relationship. Who's the leader in the triangle pyramid scheme hierarchy that Jordan Peterson likes to put forward? So who's the bottom?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Your direction. So clearly, she's not adhering to some type of authority that he's trying to impose here.
And if we're gonna
Impose
assume
is a good word, yes.
this is something leading with the car,
You're correct
and I'm
about
gonna
that.
assume it means she didn't do her task or her, duty for that day or maybe that week, month as a wife.
And you're gonna see clues of this in the conversation.
So let's move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, duties cannot change.
We're not going to
They
talk
remain
about what those are and what those expectations are and what those
Yeah.
wifely duties are. Give me a list and let me laugh at it.
Fucking give me a right.
Pause.
Ah!
Because if you refuse to do wifely things,
Stop that! That's so irritating. Fuck my life.
I know, like, we paused it a lot, but
Yeah, we
at least I don't have an annoying record scratch that plays every time.
Right?
Sorry, I just needed to pause because that annoyed me. All right.
She didn't do her task or her,
See what they
duty
have to say.
for that day or maybe that week, month.
They're
as a
jumping ahead of
wife.
the
you're
video.
gonna see clues of this in the conversation.
So let's move forward. Yeah.
When they have not watched it at all.
Because if you refuse to do wifely things,
Pause.
then I will.
Because if you refuse to do wifely things, all right. So we're starting to see a trend here. All right. Again, people are so focused on her response, her being pregnant, etc. But no one thinks to why is Steven Crowder behaving the way that he is?
No, we're all talking about that. The answer is because he's an abusive piece of shit. Well, everybody's talking about that thing that you just said nobody's talking about. Everybody's analyzing exactly what way he is an abusive piece of shit. And the thing is you have to, and what they're doing is you have to take what Steven Crowder is saying in this argument as true.
Yep.
So they're assuming that whatever Steven is saying here about whether or not she's done whatever she's supposed to do is actually the case.
Yeah. And you could ask why that rigidness in duties. Like
Especially during COVID.
And why are they called duties? Why are they not chores? One, because of course, duties you can categorize them by gender. Chores, anyone, any shit on the road can do chores.
Alright, do you guys think that these guys know how to do laundry? Do you think they know how to operate basic machinery?
I don't think so.
I know how to run a lathe. I also know how to run, like, a press. I also know how to run most woodworking tools. I know how to, like, drywall and put up shelves and, like, I can do some minor plumbing. I would trust my plumbing more than I would trust my electrical, but, you know. Do you think these guys know how to do laundry? Do you think either of these guys would know how to fix a laundry machine?
Nope.
Do you think these guys would be able to recognize what's wrong with a fridge if the temperature is off? Usually it's the coolant, by the way. It's usually either the coolant or it's usually the sensor, one of the two things. So like you'll call the company and they'll charge you like a exorbitant amount of money to tell you that the temperature gauge is just off, like the sensor is just off, and all you really have to do is turn it's reading it as lower than it is, and turning it up or down won't do anything because the sensor's reading it wrong, so it's not going to kick in, and all you need to do is replace the sensor.
Yep. Yeah, I can drive a forklift.
Oh, it's been a long time since I drove a forklift.
Yeah, I got my license back recently. You have to refresh it every few years, so yeah. And yeah, I am a certified chemicals handler too. Like, let's go in that direction if you really want to. There's a reason why I was expressing that type of opinion in our last Dumb Fekk Friday, because I knew how chemicals work and can harm someone. There is a reason why on the safety data sheets it's sometimes said, do not do not store near pregnant women or children.
Yeah,
there's a reason for that.
Keep
it's
out
on the
of
label.
reach.
Yes,
Listen,
keep
we all
out of
know
reach.
that out of reach for a pregnant woman is just on the floor.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. That's only late stage. Also, I'm only half kidding. It's still late stage.
Oh god.
Right? It's evil. He shouldn't be behaving like this. Like, But I mean, he's human. He's a human,
yeah.
and clearly he's frustrated about something. You can see in the way that he's speaking.
So
the body
what?
language,
So what?
the
Doesn't mean
dismissive
that he
nature
has
of
to
her
tonality.
get to
anger,
like
the tonality,
yell at her.
Everything.
She's clearly
At least he acknowledges that he's being dismissive. He's having tonal issues. He's just trying to say that, like, well, it's just because, you know, he's a human and he's frustrated. It's like, well, that doesn't excuse it.
No.
Okay, so what if he
Not at
is?
all.
This wouldn't be appropriate no matter what. I don't care how angry you are.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter.
really not doing
Assholes.
something that she should be doing, and then you get
Maybe.
boom right there within seconds of it. What is he saying? Your wifely duties. She ain't doing it. All right.
Maybe.
Continue on.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not a reasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first?
Pause. Let's go back a little bit. I don't know if y'all caught that, but it's okay. We're gonna rewind it for y'all. Why you might not caught that? At about 24 seconds, the vid cuts. All right.
Yep.
No, it didn't cut.
No, it
Play it
didn't.
one more time.
No, it didn't.
And you guys can see here, the time on the bottom right corner is 12:35:22. All right. Now go ahead and play it again, and then once it cuts, Mo, pause it.
Wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not a reasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you?
Pause. It
Oh,
cuts.
no, maybe it did cut.
Now it's
Okay.
at what? 12:36:03. Correct? Yeah.
Oh, good catch on them then.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
We got
They can count.
damn near
They can count.
almost a minute, right, of missing context. We don't know what was said.
Wow, a whole minute.
1 minute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, in which she said, "Oh yeah, you're an asshole" or something like that, you know. And he was like, "No, I want my wood pellets." Blah blah blah.
I mean, I'm curious
was-
to know what happened in that 1 minute, but I don't think it's going to change
I'll
my
tell
mind.
you what happened. I tell you what happened.
Was it nothing?
No, he was trying to give it. He said, "I want to take the car. I need the car. You don't get the car." Because the talk about Uber and shit comes in later, and the reason he needs the car is because he needs all this shit.
And here's the other
That's
red
it.
flag
That's
too,
what
guys.
happened.
The wife sent this video, so I guarantee you that
Just
there
because
was something said
There's something
in there
missing.
Wait,
that
wait,
would
wait.
not put her in the best light. Hence why she.
I mean, maybe, but I
Maybe.
don't think that would change anything,
Yeah, no.
right?
He has already said so much right till now, like that everybody was like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
Well,
with you?
okay, so let's pretend you cut out this part of the video and start it here then instead.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, so what could she have possibly said between point A and point B that she said, yeah, I'm not doing my wifely duty? Like, what could she have possibly said within over the course of the minute? And so, like,
Yeah.
I'm all up for that. I don't think this minute should be cut. Right? I don't know why this minute was cut. I don't know if it was an issue of time, if they wanted to post it on YouTube. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. I'm not going to excuse it.
know.
I don't think it should be cut. I think it should be in full. I can agree with that, but I'm not going to make up fucking conspiracy theories about the minute to say that this 1 minute is going to reframe this entire thing, assuming that they're correct on their math, because I'm willing to give them that as well. Because I'm not looking at the timestamp, because the timestamp is actually covered up by their logo.
Yeah.
So I can't actually see it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to go back to the original tape from the article and have a look at it. But
I don't care enough.
So
I'll give them the minute.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, the worst she could have said was, I'm not going to do what I agreed to. What's wrong with that?
I mean, maybe.
That would be the worst thing. Or she would
I'm
say,
not really...
no, I get you. But it's
even
like,
if... Yeah.
It's like, what was the worst thing? Or she could have said, you are being an asshole.
And
You're
Mr.
a
Sirius
dipshit.
also makes a good point. Or if it wasn't Ring software syncing the clock.
Oh boy, Mr. Sirius coming in with technological knowledge. Here we go.
It's
Nice
almost like
job,
that.
man.
He does change position. And there does seem to be a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
So
Let's give it to them, but I don't know what she could say that would be worse than what's already Steven has done. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, nothing would justify it because he's already started down this line. He's already started down the line of abuse before the cut, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, and also
much, I don't think.
like,
you could say that. You know what? It could change. It could change that. You could say that. Okay, well, she's also an asshole. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything. That's a red herring or a bait and switch. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, like, if I may dare say, unless she like physically touched him, because they say like physical abuse is bad. That's what the thing is. Emotional abuse is they try to twist things up. So unless she physically abused him, they shouldn't be complaining about that minute. And I don't think so. The way he's sitting, he did not flinch. He did not change his position.
The way he's sitting, the way she's standing, that I really doubt pregnant lady reached across the table and slapped him.
Yeah, nah. I don't.
But even if she did, there's still again things that are appropriate and things that are not. There are ways to handle that situation. Them both being abusive towards each other doesn't change whether or not he was abusive.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? This is the same thing as this is the same kind of thing that people were trying to reframe for Amber Heard. She was abusive because Johnny was abusive. There's no evidence of Johnny being abusive. But Johnny said this thing and called her a whore. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! God. People don't react to being called names and don't call names back. Yes, of course.
Right. Like, you can say that there are things that are arguments, and arguments can escalate and get out of hand between couples. That's not what we're seeing here. This isn't the topics, and you can tell by what he's complaining about and how asinine the things are that he's complaining about, that this is not an argument about anything important.
No, it's just, he's just picked a topic to pick on her, that's it.
Right.
You cut that out.
And guys, the time is at the bottom right in the corner. So if you want to see it, it's at the bottom right.
Look very closely there. It's right there with the time, right? But we know that at about 24 seconds in the vid.
Yeah, I can't actually see the timestamps because every time they pause it, it goes.
Then, at about 25 seconds in the vid, it abruptly cuts with a jump cut, and then it's next thing you know, it's 12:36:03. So we got.
It does say
12:36:03.
I can see that.
Of conversation that's cut out, and again, the wife sent this video, so clearly it's gonna be biased. What is she?
That
hiding?
doesn't mean
Why
that
did
you can
cut that
dismiss
out?
whatever else happened in that video. Just because a 1 minute is missing doesn't mean that Steven Crowder did not do what happened in that video. He is the aggressor in this video. It's quite evident. That 1 minute is not going to save his ass and not going to turn him into a hero. Like, drop it. Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm willing to give them the
one
minute.
thing-
I'll give them the minute. I don't
will,
care.
but
they can have it.
they can have it, but they don't get to insinuate shit. Or try and say that, okay, everything that he does next is dismissed.
Justified is therefore justified because this.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
like these are decent reasons to be skeptical, right?
Okay.
I'm willing to give them that, right? Like there's a minute missing, and there is context that this was being sent by the wife and her attorney. So obviously, whatever's going to show on this is going to make Steven look bad and try to frame her better. I'm all for all of that. That you can't draw conclusions about what was happening, and then therefore whatever you can't dismiss and use that as a way to dismiss everything that happened on video, like Manya said,
Yes.
because all of those things still happened on video, so you still have to address those things, and we don't know why that minute was cut. For all we know, they start talking about private information for a minute, or there's like the name of a store or the name of another famous person. Maybe they're talking about the kids, and so that was removed for public distribution and for the court's purposes. This could be in the courts already and redacted by the court for all we know.
Yep.
There's a plethora of reasons this minute could not be being shown, right?
The thing is that with all the behavior that they've seen, they're
too biased. No, they're too biased is the problem.
They're not giving any charity to Hillary, but every ounce of charity to Steven. And that is unfair.
It's beyond that. This is less of an issue of charity. This is more of we are biased towards men and against women. Therefore, we are going to find any excuse and invent any excuse to justify our pre-existing notions.
Yeah.
So it's a bias mixed with confirmation bias, mostly.
Yeah.
So this isn't an issue of charity to me. This is confirmation bias, and
being unfair.
Well, they're
apologize.
they're selling something, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna come back in a minute. I need to reheat this coffee.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be back. 1 minute.
To me, it's just that you can. I would not be surprised to find out that this had something about the kids, or had something about that was private or was redacted by the court, and that's why it's not there. That or at least why it wasn't released in full to the public. There's so many reasons to just assume malice as justification to dismiss the behavior. We'll have to, Steven did say he was going to put out more context. It must be this 1 minute. Maybe it's possible that they found other cuts throughout. And that's so, like, cumulatively. But Steven hasn't released it yet. It's been a week. There's been no release on his end that I've found or seen. So maybe he's not allowed to put the whole thing out because it was redacted by the court. I don't know. How much of this is him trying to force his wife's hand in the court of public opinion because he's losing divorce court, or he's trying to shake her up for divorce court, right? I mean, this is Darvo at work, right? And we've talked about that before when we were talking about Amber Heard, because a lot of people said that what Johnny Depp was doing was Darvo, and that's like, no, that's what Steven's doing. So it's nice to have like such a blatant example. It's just a shame it's at the cost of 7,000 people or whoever was watching this. I'm just gonna play a little bit more.
Clearly, Crowder is frustrated. Now, in terms of, for example, having Frame, he may have lost a little bit here, but reasonably, we can see here, she's not doing her part as his wife.
Oh, so they're saying that another reason that there could be a time jump is because of just dropped frames from a security camera.
Okay, so they know that there can be other
he
reasons,
says that there's another
still...
frame drop here. He's talking about frames.
So yeah, technical shit happens. They know that, and for some reason, they're not.
It's some flat earther shit.
Yeah.
There's 1 minute
God.
missing from the rocket launch. The rocket launch is fake.
Yeah, yes, exactly. You are on point. Oh my goodness.
That's what this is. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Everything goes back to
So
flat
any man
earthers.
would be frustrated.
We don't know what happened in that 40 seconds.
Yeah.
It could be him airing out grievances.
Yeah.
He could be him explaining
Okay.
why she's wrong. It could be something.
If you gave me if he gave me a laundry list of wifely duties she was supposed to be doing that she didn't do, maybe it would reframe like why he's so frustrated, and his frustration would be justified because, as we say here on a regular basis, whatever Steven Crowder felt is valid. He's allowed to feel however he felt. He's allowed to be frustrated. That's fine. What isn't justified is his behavior based on those valid feelings.
Yes.
His feelings probably aren't justified. They might be justified to him, but I don't think he'd be able to justify them to other people. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean the feelings are invalid, because those are just separate things. So you can have feelings that are valid and not justified, and then therefore your behavior may or may not be justified based on those not justified or justified valid feelings.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
it's funny that they ignore the fact that Steven Crowder himself has confessed in the past that he has anger issues.
Oh yeah, and back for a little bit of context, their video coming out in a little over an hour is the truth about 9/11.
Oh my fucking lord. Yeah, they're flat earthers. Oh god.
Thing that maybe might even validate this argument,
Yeah.
right? But the point I'm trying to make here
It was skipped.
is that she cut it out and then she sent it to the press. That, my friends, is
Maybe.
extremely important.
You don't actually know that.
Because I guarantee
Extremely
you,
important. The
whatever was
problem is, yeah, exactly. So now you can see here, as I predicted, they're going to use that 1 minute missing to like change the entire premise of the video, what we can see with our eyes and hear with our ears. That's what's going to happen now.
So, but part of it is though is that they don't know that. They don't know she's the one who edited. They don't know who did the editing. They don't know why they did the editing. They're just inferring that off of the fact that this 40 seconds is missing. Right?
Yeah.
And again, you're assuming missing and not redacted, because again, this is an ongoing divorce suit that's going on right now. This is not like this isn't TMZ. You know what I mean? Right.
And I am not surprised that they don't know the technicalities, what technicalities might be possible, except that the frame rate drop, because obviously every YouTuber knows about that frame rate dropping and all that shit.
Well, it's
is
a
because
security camera, right?
Yeah, it's a video thing, right? It's a recording video thing, so you know almost everyone would know about that.
On the other hand, though, something that's interesting here, because I'm just going to reframe this a little bit, just to put a little bit of perspective, different perspective. They're saying essentially that they put this out to make him look bad on purpose. Why is that wrong?
Yeah.
Why
He
would
did
it
the
be
same.
wrong if he starts flinging shit, and we already know that they don't think it's wrong to fling shit back, as we listen to them talk for way too long about H3H3. They have no issue with people throwing shit back and forth at each other. So, and they're okay with being dishonest and making shit up. So why is, even if what they were saying was true about her doing this, why would she be wrong to do so?
Yeah.
That sounds hypocritical, doesn't it?
Yep. Very much. Very, very much.
And if all you had to do to make Steven Crowder look like a piece of shit was to cut out 1 minute, I feel like you probably didn't have to do that much work. On the other hand, you don't need to do that either. You could just watch Steven Crowder. He's just an asshole.
Yep.
He's just an unfunny baby man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep. Unfortunately.
And yeah, and it is a tacit admittance that Crowder is a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really weird. They seem to be doing a whole lot of saying the opposite and showing the opposite when you think about it for longer than 3 seconds. But I guess that's what you do when you purposefully put on a set of glasses to blind you from other things, to focus on something, and it's your one critical thought for the day.
Yeah, one critical thought.
One, you only get one. Alright, do you want to look at some of their shorts? Because I'm getting, like, I can only handle so much, like, abuse apologetics for so long, and this is really dumb.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, let's go for the shorts.
Okay, you get to pick one. Pick which one you want.
Oh, hold on. Let me just.
We've also been live for 2.5 hours, so I just want to throw something else in here so we're not just focusing on one topic of things that they've said. I want to, like, pull up another one.
Save and invest.
Sad truth, women can't compromise.
What else is there? Because it's all backwards, my brain just going.
Is she Yeah, she is cheating if she's doing this.
Yeah, why not?
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If a girl is your girlfriend, she is your main woman, and she's advertising her body on the internet for other men to.
There we go.
She is your main woman, implying that you have more than one. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Noted.
Oh yeah.
To look at. That is fucking cheating. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If a girl is your girlfriend, she is your main woman, and she's advertising her body on the internet for other men to look at, that is fucking cheating. I don't give a.
That's up to you. That's up to the relationship.
Yeah.
It depends on what your relationship is. You may or may not have a boundary there, and that's up to you to discuss with your significant other, like adults.
Yeah, but saying so it would be cheating after you have set the rules that where you would say that's not even cheating, you know. That's not cheating. That's bullshit. That's not cheating. If she's on OnlyFans, that's her way of making her making money. And if she's
only cheating
Instagram,
if you agreed to the terms ahead of time and then they did it behind your back.
But still, like in this, but if she's advertising her body on internet, that's what the phrase is, right? How would that be cheating? Like, are they saying if they?
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I don't know.
If a girl is your girlfriend, she is your main woman, and she's advertising her body on the internet for other men to look at, that is
Oh yeah, it's not even OnlyFans. It's like if you take pictures of yourself and you look hot.
Yeah,
that's
on
a
Instagram,
really broad definition.
I would say it would be cheating if the commentators on a photograph are DMing her and she's responding back with flirty messages. Like,
I think it depends on the scenario, yeah.
Yeah, even if she's saying thank you to the guys who are complimenting her, that's still not cheating. In DMs, no.
Yeah, I would agree with that. As well as, like, if it's part of her job. Yeah. So, I mean, why only on the internet? What if you have a girlfriend who works at Hooters? Like,
at a strip club. Is she cheating?
What if you have a girl who just is a waitress?
Yeah. What if the girl is a scuba diver on a male dominant team?
I just don't. If your girl is advertising herself on the internet, I mean, I feel like advertising implies more, but that's not what he means. You know what I mean?
He's being vaguely specific.
Well, I think I also agree that it depends on your agreement. If you're a woman and you decide to date a heftily conservative man, knowing ahead of time, and you come to an agreement that you're like, I'm not going to post any bikini photos on Instagram or on Facebook anymore because that makes you uncomfortable, and then she does it, I don't think I would call it cheating, but I would say that that's a breach of your agreement.
Yeah, or yeah, and yeah,
it's a breach of trust for sure.
Yeah, and it won't be even breach of trust if before posting the pictures she went back to the person.
Oh, she communicated
communicated, and they changed the the rules, right? He said, okay, maybe once a month, or if we go on holidays, yeah, you can, because
cheating
like that.
cheating inherently involves a third party.
And
so
there's no third party. Yeah.
There would be no third party in that case.
If you're saying the audience is the third party, they're women also in there. So I don't know what you're talking about, dude. What about dudes who compliment dudes on their Instagram pics? What about that?
That doesn't happen. Men don't compliment other men.
Really?
Fake news. Fake news.
Oh god. My camera is so close to my face. You can see the back of my throat.
I don't know. Do you want to see one other one? Here's one of the ones where they have the girls on. Let's see this one.
I'm a very social introvert, so I could vibe with anyone. Like
that makes perfect sense.
that.
Well, I'm a smart retard as well.
Come on, Myron.
What the fuck was
I'm
that?
a very social.
He doesn't know what a social introvert is.
So he just goes and picks up another two, like, another term
He
that
thinks
might
it's
be an
it's an oxymoron, as if oxymorons aren't real. So like jumbo shrimp isn't a thing that exists.
Like, I am an extrovert introvert. You might say, like, after so many years, I don't go and socialize out in the real world, but I'm here, right? I'm present here, right? I don't go out too much in the social world. So that can be a definition of, a social introvert, I don't know.
You can also, like, introverts can be social on their own terms. That's kind of what being an introvert is about. Being an extrovert
I think so,
are kind of all over the place.
Yeah, and I think so that's what she was trying to explain, that how...
who knows what the hell she was trying to explain.
Yeah, like,
This
I
guy's
vibe,
just
and then he just like interfered with and didn't. That's what I'm telling you. They're so disrespectful to their guests and don't let them finish. It's so unprofessional. It's wrong and unprofessional. Let her finish her sentence.
I mean, if it was a joke and wasn't, like, malicious, which it is,
obviously. Fuck my life, dude.
Actually, that's interesting as well, because, like, particularly if you're going to look at the medical term for retarded, being, like, on the spectrum doesn't prevent you from being a smart person, by the way.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Dumbass.
I just want to point that out real quick. You can be really stupid and very slow in one area. That doesn't make you, by fiat, just dumb or not be able to be smart in other areas.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out there, so he's not only is he an asshole, but he's also wrong.
An ignorant, uneducated asshole. How about that?
It's lazy. He's lazy.
So lazy. Fuck my life.
When I asked you guys, would you accept a man that doesn't have a future? He's comfortable where he's at. You guys all were saying no. Some of you have done it before and said, I'm not doing it again.
You literally said doesn't have a future. So, like, has terminal cancer and is gonna die tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
And then he adds, he feels comfortable where he is. What do you mean by that? Again,
like
vaguely
I think
specific.
he means like a dead-end job.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
And
his questions are fucking bizarre. Sorry, I'm just gonna...
And people can have preferences. The people can have preferences. That doesn't mean it's a norm. And it should be...
Well, let's let him see. Let's see what he says first before we go on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's give him some charity.
Would you accept a man that doesn't have a future? He's comfortable where he's at. You guys all were saying no. Some of you have done it before and said, I'm not doing it again. You're doing it right now, and the relationship is in shambles. So clearly it doesn't work. I'm not being an asshole. It's the truth. And I've always said this. Men lead, women follow. Women are not ever put in a position where they're going to support a man. And that's fine. It's a biological reality. Men and women are different. A man can provision for a woman long-term, but a woman cannot provision for a man long-term. And if she does do it, it's always a matter of time until she says, fuck this shit. I'm out. I'm going to go find another guy.
And that's fair. And that's fair. Like, if you had agreed that both the partners will work and then one decides to sit at home and be a bum, then yes. But there are the dads who stay at home and look after the kids, and women who work. There are relationships like that out in their world. And they work. Like, what?
Sorry, I'm still processing, because that was a lot. I don't know how we got from these particular women don't want to date men that are not on their level to women can't make money in the relationship.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? Or maybe he's trying to imply that because women want, I think so he's taking it at, or dishonestly presenting it as, that if a woman wants someone at her level, it means she wants to be taken care of. Which is not the case.
So there's also like a difference between, I'm curious to know a little bit more about the question that they actually asked, because if the question is that, do you want to like a man who stays at home and doesn't do anything? If you make enough money, do you want to have a man that stays at home and doesn't do anything? And the answer is probably not, because you want them to contribute in some way, either like emotionally from the relationship, maybe keeping the house clean. If I wouldn't want to support one of these guys, because they're going to be useless as fuck.
Oh yeah. They're like,
I've supported men in the past before, and that was never the thing that was. Well, that's not even true. There have been times where that has been the problem in the relationship, because the man couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it and couldn't complete the end of his own bargain.
Sure. Yeah, and there are times where that's the case, and there are times where it functions, and times where it doesn't. Right? Yeah, and so like, just because it works sometimes and doesn't work other times doesn't mean the whole thing is a write-off.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, that he's assuming that if a woman wants someone at her level or a level above her, they want to be taken care of and they don't want to work. I think so that's what he's assuming.
Well, there's also, like, and like Smitty says here, there's nothing wrong with being comfortable and not having a whole lot of ambition. As long as you can work with that within the relationship, everybody understands what's going on, and you guys are comfortable, and already with the caveat of you're comfortable, that's fine. I think there's also something to be said about, kind of depends on how old you are.
Yep.
Right? Yep. Because, like, I feel like there's probably, like, people who are in their 30s are going to take that question a lot differently than people who are in their early 20s.
Yes.
Right? Where ambition is kind of viewed as a necessity for particularly men. Yeah. And, like, I don't think that's fair, but if that's, like, kind of, like, if that hustle mentality, right?
Yeah.
Where if it's, like, if you don't have a drive and you're not trying to do anything more with your life, it means you don't care, or you're, like, not gonna care about a family, or not gonna care about, like, which is just bullshit.
Yeah, the thing is that we need more information about, in the question, which is not in this shot if I'm not wrong. But if you go by broader terms, it's not a fair question at all. And to impose it on every woman out there and every relationship out there is kind of disingenuous.
Well, and then to take that piece of these people's opinions and however it is presenting, and I have some questions about the question, and then take that to then apply it to this whatever like he just jumped the shark. Like, I do not know how he started here and got here. There was like,
women cannot lead. Okay, if she's what? Women cannot lead. Okay, hold on. My parents, my dad was a professor, a retired professor in chemistry, right? He was a professor. My mom started as a contract teacher. Actually, they both started as contracts, in education field. They got their jobs permanent after that. My dad stayed at the same level. He's an assistant professor. He didn't want to go any further than that. He said, yeah, maybe I'll write a book in chemistry for kids. Maybe. But my mom, she went from being a contract teacher to be a permanent teacher, to be a permanent teacher, to be a principal, from principal to be the district education officer, and then a position higher than that, basically controlling every vocational course and schools that were there in the city. And my mom earned more than my dad. They were happy with it. They were fine with it. And And
this was in India?
India! Fuck! Like, I never heard them, like, fight about money. Never, ever. Never argue about money. Because they came to terms with what they're going to do with the money. And if there were issues, they would talk.
Well, they agree. Right.
Yeah.
And they would have a conversation like adults in a relationship do.
Yeah.
The only people that I've ever met that have had issues with me being the breadwinner in a relationship have been men who have a toxic idea of what women are, what their expectations were, and no sense of like realism, like, or pragmatism at all in these situations. They just had these expectations, and because they were doing it, because they had these toxic ideas of what they should be doing and way things should be on their end, they would get upset and then project it onto me.
Yeah. That's not fair.
And that was the problem, right? It was like, well, you're not doing this, well, you're not doing this, well, you're not doing this, and it was just like, when did I agree to that? What are you talking about?
Where's that list that I signed on?
And that's what he says. He's like, you're experiencing it right now and you don't want any part of it. It's like, so...
And it's like...
And there are some women who don't want to be the breadwinners, and that's fine, and that's something that you have to suss out with your partner if that's something you're okay with or not, right?
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's not wrong the other way around also.
Personally, I like trading off. I'll do it for this amount of time, or do it for this amount of time while you do this thing, and then when you're doing that thing, I'm gonna get my... I'm a switch. I'm all about that shit.
It's like everybody has
a little bit of column B, a little bit of column A
for themselves. Yeah. And to say that these women will not change their minds in future.
Or to say that there are zero terms where it would work at all or would work for these women, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're not employed. Maybe their jobs are not that sustainable, like that the guy can. So the guy will have to earn so much if they want to come together and even start a family. But for this guy, starting a family is bullshit, I guess. So, yeah.
These guys are actually bring up some interesting points to talk about. I mean, they're totally wrong, but like they make some good jumping off points. They definitely bring some good jumping off points.
And that happens when you listen, but you don't comprehend, or you don't put the puzzle pieces together. That's
or you only have one critical thought you're allowed to have a day.
Yeah. And then you try, and at the end of the month, you try to string all those critical thoughts together and come up with something.
All right, let's get out of here. Get me out.
Yeah.
I'm done with this. We'll come back and watch some more of these guys' things tomorrow, like another time, because I am curious to see some of their opinions about other things, because they do seem to bring up some interesting things to talk about in overall.
Maybe what I will do is maybe on my channel.
One critical thought per day, a dozen record scratches.
Maybe on my channel I'll covering that whole clip. Maybe. That's an idea.
It's just a lot of... we only watched them actually covering like this teeny tiny amount. We didn't even like get into it because they spent so much time getting other shit wrong and wasting our time talking about H3H3.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, do I want to do it? Because it might end up being a 6-hour stream or something like that. So I'm like, am I ready for that?
I mean, their video is we jumped ahead to nearly the halfway mark to get to that audio in that video in the first place. So maybe that whole chunk isn't even that long, but I imagine there's so much to unpack.
Exactly. What they talk about.
My goodness. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on out of here. These guys are...
I'll let you guys know if I decide to torture myself more. Yeah.
If you are a fan of Fresh and Fit and would like to have a conversation with us, let me know in the comments. I'll reach out to you. We can set up a time. You can hit me up on Discord or something. Whatever. Fine with me. I'll be back on Twitch soon, and I'll be live. There's videos coming out, so go check for videos.
Awesome, more content. We need to have the gif of like that. What's the name of that character that just goes more? That
Aaron?
No.
I like the Aaron one. You're talking about Kylo Ren?
Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah, I forgot the name of the character. I'm
yelling more.
Yeah, more. Maybe.
I like Aaron from Game Grumps with like his eyes all big and his big old mouth open because he's got the thing that keeps his lips open and he's eating like M&Ms. More!
Or that one. You lie!
Oh, the Invader Zim one. You want me to just read out the memes in that we don't have right now?
Please.
We got the citation one. Alright, I'll look into it. Okay.
Awesome.
Please, sir, may I have some more? That's a good one, too.
Please, ma'am.
Please, sir. Alright, let's get out of here. Thanks so much for chumming. This has been a lot of fun. Like and subscribe and all that good shit. I'm not gonna fucking ream on it like these guys do. I guess that's probably why they do better than me. But,
yeah.
Bye.
My brain is going. Yeah. Bye!
Hello.
Welcome back to Don't Fekk Friday.
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 Don't Fekk Friday. It's going to be fun.